oba fa message no ka ho garbage ram Gabi the foreigner etiefo wabobo ansem na no ode e kwam na afei amane ne nsam ni na no garbage ram ade adan ewo ayedwumadie no eso na this weekend etiefo Manchester United me catch them say born na ye born ma ke karke ba na ye born team bia ni ho he say they were ready so no be ko bet bia ma ready oro pe kra fa 1 city bra me ma 100,000 ye game bia wo fa 1 city bra me the 100,000 beto so karke ball atie we say Manchester na dey hu Manchester United me so dey okra 1 city fa bra me ma 100,000 yam ko bet team way Manchester United team way urade nyame say and Matisa man for case now Manchester from baby amadano fourth akopim so no dey bed is able to agili boy me see teams be show bia the Premier League no enti kofi o sika ni on okay 1 city on me ko bet no problem ba no bia o say on me be ko bet enti I ben sa enti atie for honsam no and enti join live our YouTube and chat TV na edwumadie na hyehyɛ so ano no na the tennis in the Premier League you know Arsenal amutifie ma Manchester United carrick ball penny kasa ball hit as I said the team more do Manchester team no ha wurade nyame ya go Arsenal 3 and Arsenal te kan wienu Chelsea de so Crystal Palace we say go team enim ayima gayi de o she na so ye story anti Rosie unsheda nye bibia santi Chelsea ko share 3 and Crystal Palace for take can back of course Liverpool dem say Benedie no no mugusu omudie amutifie sorry amukwa away to Bournemouth ama Bournemouth omo akame enso omo take can wienu City so share Wolves akame no omo antimi ante Spain so no via Real tifie ma Real Madrid o try na kame no omo antimi ante Barcelona etwa Real Oviedo a couple polemians almost so intimiante see our Italy so no Juve surprisingly almost said Napoli 3-0 ama Napoli intimiante kanabako kra Bayern so so the obobo maya so bi intimi mo Osbeck go try meka ayemienu a almost ete ekano ayabako of course Monday they said the munna mu no aye review nti ni na ye bedin komo at the afa aye games no na ya befie abehwe the Ghana Premier League Monday 20 na Abrantia fans Albert Amwa announcing a presence our Chasa he's back and he's back for good Abrantia nya go adema kumase asante koroni nano kotoko share miensa ma Holy Stars omo entiment before no na Saturday hands of folk and so akotra 11 wonders kabinsa amon so entimi ante and the other games in the native for honsam Yakoba na ene aye World Manchester United Day yechina so na afi yedin komo ade abamu awo dwumadie no so garbage ram Gabi the foreigner atefo amene nsam no ode man na yue ya no Bismarck osu bempa Ayala na Fifi Manfred abeka no na Richardo yede dwumadie no enso etimi ede abrempam chaw yese dwumadie na se ede afri aye amene good morning
amuzu.
In the process, maybe say promo code ADN. No about Nhyira FM asho e basa automatically no. Ye chow £5 and €5 and you more Europe. So America na Canada, ye chow $10 for free. O send this cancel yento we. Tap send it there. No fee.
Hey, they say o kayo. Tap send. No.
Yeah, Ojo. What's on this channel? Okay, any mama check them some from. Kaish, soon tap send party Jack. Mama we are saying can you? Hey, me ndaba.
Ofa, pacha mama friend.
He no kwa woni abri say.
Masoya ye hye nana.
Na dey.
Se ba bia meti ye tumi o. E na me wo fa send me sika. Di nkan wo de kosi wo bisu ni pakura discount. Yo de ba ye nso a me koyi a e ho sem bebre. Afi kwa do mo busam sem my transaction ho da.
Debbie. Enke chibra catch offer say on download tap send. So download tap sender or send this camera wire. E baba to say mobile money and our bank account simple.
Tap send.
Yeah, tap send. Now okay, tap send there. We are safe na baby obia so what Europe and America Canada. So kura Android so kuta iPhone and once we download app na two phone so. In the process maybe say promo code dey. No about Nhyira FM asho e basa automatically no. Ye chow £5 and €5 and we are more Europe. So America and Canada ye chow $10 for free. O send this cancel yento we. Tap send there. No fee.
Hey, they just say okay yo. Tap send. No.
Yeah, Ojo. What's on this channel? Okay, anyway, I'm checking my sound from. Kaish, a soon tap send party jack. Mama, we are saying can you? Hey, remember that?
Ofa, pacha mama friend.
You know what when you say?
Masoya yeshino nana.
Not there.
Se baby ameti ye to me. And I'm ofa send miska. Din kan wodi ko si wo business ni pakura discount. You de buy and so ami ko yi a e ho sem bebre. Afi kwa do mo busam se my transaction ho hoda.
Ah, Debbie. And catch you offer say on download tap send. So download tap sender or send this camera wire. About to mobile money and our bank account simple.
Tap send.
Yeah, tap send. Now okay, tap send there. If you are safe na baby obia so what Europe and America Canada. So kura Android so kuta iPhone and once we download app na two phone so. In the process maybe say promo code dey. No about Nhyira FM asho e basa automatically no. Ye chow £5 and €5 and we are more Europe. So America and Canada, ye chow $10 for free. O send this cancel yento we. Tap send it there. No fee.
Hey, they just say okay yo. Tap send. No.
Yeah, Ojo. What's on this channel? Okay, anyway, I'm checking my sound from. Kaish, a soon.
Manchester say, Oma prepare because Omati Manchester City as well. And he said, Omati City as well, and the Aka Arsenal for, and he do Arsenal for so.
Okay. And when we get there, you better analysis not to see. Then they say United for 4 years and Arsenal. I think they can get the results against Arsenal.
Okay.
The only thing is that record no favor because it's been long since they won our Emirates. I think off the top of my head, almost 7 years since the last time we won Emirates. And we're going to FA Cup, and we'll see.
Okay.
But let's start from the Italian Serie A.
We do Arsenal maybe some question be.
Yeah, because
maybe
Saturday and I say preview games no. Kofobeko Fikesi and Thursday boys we need bets no on Europa League and Friday boys since the two codes. It's ENS will go in that direction now. In the Italian Serie A Interforo HRSA when maybe they play in Europe against some of the European big boys they may come short kaka. But say almost back to Italy. Now almost against the regular Italian teams, more Pisa, more Como, more against even the Neapolitans, more Atalanta, more they are dominant. And then it was a proper dominance display. Usually, and I say this, if you don't watch a game of football, you'll be quick to only talk about the results.
Say 2 D and Kabaka say
Pisa for the can say 2-0 in the first half. Then Christian Kivu had to ring some changes. And when he did, everything was spot on. Lautaro Martinez was right there with solid performance. And Inter for a young center for the friend Esposito. Esposito has been very good also for them. Anytime he plays for Internazionale Milan. And now they won the game by 6-2 and only on top of the Italian Serie A table with 49 points. Milan and the Dormachi with 46 with Napoli 43. They are big games because this week our Italian Serie A and it sets the tone for a proper game. And it starts with this. Yeah, Napoli won the Scudetto last season. And since they won the Scudetto, Antonio Conte tried very hard to win the Scudetto again. For the very first time, he is coming up to come and play in the league against the team or the Scudetto with them against Abrante Feno Luciano Spalletti, who is now the manager of Team Friend Juventus. And it's not going to be easy. In fact, this season, Wako getting the best out of Juve for and he has to go back to go and get the results again. He sets the tone for an interesting game, especially depending on setting a table. Over the weekend, when Juventus played against Benfica, Juventus players say, now confidence no more feeling. Luciano Spalletti, they are more what you want to win him. They don't think that they've gotten to that level of confidence before, and they're perfect for the game against Napoli. Any easy game. But one thing is for sure, Napoli any Juventus share either team score, go always come to into an over 1.5, and either team to score definitely looks like it's going to be on the cards for Antonio Conte. Conte in pass, if he can get anything for a game like this, he needs to start putting on the performance. Over the season ending, Omkoto the best goalkeeper in the Italian Serie A, Emano, Milinkovic-Savic, Edani Pomu, Bongiorno added to the pack. Sam came from Bologna, added into the back three. And on now one Jesus as the back three. So Jesus, Bongiorno, and I bet to Sam Buikema. He still keeps on with his captain Di Lorenzo, Stanislav Lobotka, I bet to Scott McTominay, and I bet to Lorenzo Spinazzola. It's a very, very good classic Antonio three back with weight on the far side. And then in between the lines this time, there has been the induction of Abrantia Feno Vergara. Then, of course, Burak Elmas. Then, up top, Abrantia Feno Rasmus Højlund that leads the line. But under Luciano Spalletti, team friend Juventus has been fantastic with the back four of Cambiaso, Kelly, Abrantia Feno Bremer, then Pierre Kalulu, Lucatelli, Twin Kopmianes, Yildiz, Meretti, Abrantia Feno Weston McKennie. Then, of course, Jonathan David leads the line for them. David is beginning to get the results. That is not the only big game. Because we're Italian Serie A name. Roma also play against team friend AC Milan. It is a battle of the top. AC Milan the second with 46 points, 3 points off the top of team Yafero Internazionale Milan. If they get the 3 points away, Roma, they go into the same points with team Yafero Internazionale Milan. But Roma also had 42 points. They know that a win against Milan will give them the boost. You see, the good thing is that Gian Piero Gasperini, as the coach of Atalanta, gets good results when he plays against Milan. And that is what sets the tone for this. But this season, baby, Anna Milan every ever Abranche friend Maximiliano Allegri will take over the job as the coach. They are being better. They play better football. They are more compact without the ball. Defensively, it's a very, very resolute force for you to play against. And that is the strength of Milan for them. So, last weekend game, of course, Como versus AC Milan. Como for the ball now. By a ball, now AC Milan are winning match. To the extent that even Maximiliano Allegri in his post-match press conference did mention, say, a lot of credit should go to Cesc Fabregas' Como because they were better. However, it's a very well-oiled side. And I bet you friend Nicholas Fulkrug from Dortmund, West Ham United, particularly Norwich, AC Milan in the last few weeks, and he's getting a lot of goals for them. Only I bet you friend Christian Pulisic, Captain America, but all thanks to the job of Papa friend Maximiliano Allegri, solid defensive base, and then allows the attacking players to go on a transitional threat and it hits a lot of teams. Italian Serie A very competitive. Also, Gian Piero Gasperini at Roma is getting the best out of the Roma boys, and also the games that they played in the 2025-2026 season, the games that have been played between the two matches, and then where they are right now, there have been a lot of improvements for Roma for this season in the Serie A. Not a single draw. Every match in Roma, either they win or they lose. It is because of the style of play of Gian Piero Gasperini. He opens up, plays the football, allows you to go for it and express yourself. And that's what we're expecting. I'm expecting to see Roma at home. Very, very interesting match against team friend AC Milan. It's probably the most difficult game to predict this weekend. Because the records say that there will be a winner.
Okay.
So if that is the case, then who is going to win the game? If that's the case, I will go for either team to win an over 1.5 for the two teams, not predicting a specific winner, but Omubia Betiniashe and Nobeshano is going to go on, and they are going to be more than a goal inside game. Now let's go to Spain. Gabi, is the Spanish La Liga back in contention? And it was never out of reach of Madrid.
Based on the points gap.
Because I said, when it was 4 points, now Madrid were going through some rough patch.
Yeah.
The rhetoric was that, I said Madrid for now out of the competition. I want to mean just Spanish La Liga. Barcelona are gone. But just one loss to Real Sociedad. And Madrid are back into the frame. Yeah. Especially also because of the success of Madrid for them within just a few games in the Champions League and in the league. And it's just too much space.
The noise around, so I say swat all of a sudden above from.
Yeah. So I don't know if all of a sudden the Spanish La Liga is back on the table for both of them.
Yeah, this is a competition now. I so tight, and by me fan say a month ago, now yeah can't say my team now. I say did near war hono and the team cohesion and one can say anyhow. But I say they are not and now can play for Vini. Is I say play for Vini now? I say working. I say working. You know, mother is here now. I say umufili that power ni bi. Mother so power ne ba. Ana basa so no omutimi ni omo competition etimi ya hit as the verse in the nenke mu yate and to me they I believe say
back on the table for both sides. Who would have thought? I think say what happened before the Levante game kick-started, if Madrid goes on to change the trajectory of the season, you see the team in Barcelona fans believe say last season these things happened. Madrid be Thomas so normal corner Madrid are closing but they ended up winning it. And that is why it's a marathon and it's just 100 meters. I believe strongly, say psychologically, what happened at Levante may change the course of the season.
Okay.
Also, before Madrid fans will boo you,
it doesn't happen.
Then it's a big problem.
And Sadia no so na team nim pay for na ba abonten say anko mo try so mbetimi a contain better amfa. Exactly at the Santiago Bernabeu. Amfa. Over against Levante. You've already gone away to go and play against Albacete. Well, lose to Albacete. Barcelona shell Super Cup final. It was 2 losses on a bounce. Ukochiko. Then the players get onto the field of play to warm up versus Levante. New coach in your dugout. The fans direct anger towards the players, not the coach. Essentially to tell them, say, the numbers of Xabi Alonso then you're bad. The win percentage of 70 plus is good for every modern day manager. However, Muna we the intercession factor I across. So performances have to change on the field of play. And to be very honest, Gabi, this season, Vini for one has not been performing. Vini performance but for the last few games has not been good enough. Mbappe has been on and off the pitch, already the best Madrid main player. Jude Bellingham, he has not been the Jude of old in the last few seasons. Even the likes of Arda Güler, when you look at the early stages of Xabi Alonso, the results are dwindling. The performance not ever from Kakra. Chiomeni, Kamavinga, Dean Heitzen. You can talk about 70% of Madrid players now. Their performance have not been good. Rodrigo Goes was picking up, then he got an injury and he's out to the team again. So it was very right for the Madrid faithfuls to express some of this pleasure to the Madrid team. I think that may be the turning point. Because I've seen reports from Marca and the likes where there are reports of Vinicius Jr. crying in the dugouts. Who said Santiago Bernabeu staircase now be Saniaba Park and so. Vini was crying. It's a staircase this susu. After say fans
and you see, that is why I think that Avera Belua is looking out for low hanging fruits. Say Oko baby now kwa say mango. Mango nebi on my was so pa. Say sign ya e be wona betime pega won sanu watino. No akone oso na bia no wanya ne osoro pa no. Now, the lowest hanging fruit at Madrid is the emotional distress of Vinicius Jr. and how that can influence the ball or parkness. So it looks clear to me that Nhyira Belua at a pre-match press conference, post-match press conference, for doing sick, he is intentionally targeting Vini to get the best out of Vini. Okay. And I asked you yesterday, say Mbappe Nkwa is successful. Will it help Madrid? And as a Madrid fan, may sure say Madrid fans to come and answer. Between Mbappe alone being successful, any Mbappe and Vini being successful as a Madrid fan, they help it.
As I know, now you can say as a Vinicius Junior, there be Mbappe, carry that the big heart, the containing Yama, or you emotional but not too emotional. To say Vinicius Junior, I dear better Vinicius Junior emanating to me more born. Mbappe hanasa do say ebema no aye kakra but Vini the obako from pa. So the best way say encourage Vini to give you that maximum power to so obe supply to Mbappe. Exactly. Then Mbappe will execute
and that means that it means Madrid fans be say Vini Mbappe nyina ebebo board na afa. Yes, because so when you Vini Mbappe so more you are more confident than just Mbappe alone. And it looks as if that's what Avero has been going after. They encourage Vini. Yeah, man, fans.
Mbappe grandpa my clear example.
Yeah.
From PSG or Oba Madrid, no, or have it the same thing.
Yeah.
But Oba Madrid, no,
Exactly.
And
you see, Gabi, sometimes Obi Beka said from the career of Vinicius Junior, about affecting on Vini.
Okay.
Because emotionally, you're strong.
Yeah.
But say player need a woo player. Where you want the coaches to get the best out of him.
Okay.
So if Madrid the corners are still that's my emotions not affecting the career that he's gone. But currently at Madrid, the job of Arbeloa is to get the best out of him.
Okay.
If the best is to manage him and help him psychologically, do it. That is why Madrid versus Atletico Madrid. When El Cholo was attempting to go at Vini, now Xabi Alonso catch her and he said, concentrate on your job. Neja is small, but I was happy. Because people like Vini, you don't leave them alone. Mbappe makes me manage maybe because he has had emotional education about some of these things. Jude Bellingham, he looks even like a proud person. He may not be proud, but you're very confident. Maybe I'll try to face him. Ebe affecting the kakra, but all my okay who's at the end of national. Plan around it. But Vini clearly allows his emotions to get the better of him. And that is why they have to manage him. I like the fact that Beloa is doing that.
Okay.
I like the fact that Beloa is doing exactly that in making sure Sobe manage Vini. And we are seeing it. In the game against Marseille, 3 assists, 1 goal. Mbappe share, also share. They celebrated together. It is to the benefit of Madrid. This economic ball against Villarreal at the Ceramica. Villarreal in that third, that second.
Yeah.
So it's a game that you have to.
A big game.
Madrid don't get it too easy away at the Ceramica. Into for me, this is a game where the Madrid players have to fight for it. Whatever the case is. I've not been when Osha Villarreal our Champions League now the Liga. You will be wrong in your analysis.
Yeah.
In the Champions League, be a very bad side. But in the league, they tend to get the results. However, against the big boys, they have not. Against Barcelona this season, it hasn't been the best Villarreal side I've seen. In recent times. We're expecting Asensio comes back at centre back for Madrid. Dean Heitsen, Carreras, Valverde, Goulet, Camavinga, Bellingham, Vinicius Junior, Mbappe, Mastantuono lead the lines. Mastantuono getting back into this team means that there is more workforce without the ball for Madrid, and it allows Abrante and Ada Goulet to do a lot of the creative ability, And then of course Eduardo Camavinga sits the hole to control the game. I like the fact some this Papi Gay will walk straight into Villarreal team with him. Papi Gay and Dani Pereira will play as a double pivot in the Villarreal team with Renato Vega, Abrante Ferno Pedraza, then Joan Foyt, then Paulo Navarro will make the back four of Team Ferno Villarreal. Then of course up top Moreno, Gerard Moreno, and Mikatadze also. The Georgian Mikatadze will make the front three of Team Ferno Villarreal. I think it's a game where Madrid the most likely can get a win. But on my bet slip, I'll give it an over 1.5. And I said the highest scoring half is going to be in the second half. Okay. Second half, more goals. Marcelino Nim say it's a big one for them. Personally, I think it's a team be with here centre back Barca.
Okay.
And you see, Barca then don't just need a centre back. They need what I call a defensive leader. They don't have it. So I like the presentation Andy did when he spoke about the role of Nico Schlotterbeck if he walks into the team. Gab, Inigo Martinez or Barcelona no yeah Juma Bako. Away from the football and all of those things, he was the commander-in-chief. And it's very important in centre backs, any defense, because they be the organizer. Okay. Constantly, and that's why I call the defensive leader. Onobeka said, Jack, Jinaha, you have a corner kick. So we Jina Wencheng. They are the organizers at the back line. Yeah. And it's so important in the modern game. Almost every top team in the world has a defensive organizer. Name it. When you go to that Paris Saint-Germain team, there is what's his name? This Brazilian centre back, Marquinhos. He's a defensive leader, also the leader of the team. When you come to England, Ruben Diaz, they are all charging Man City boys. It's not for nothing. He's a defensive leader. Arsenal, even though they are two centre backs, Magalhaes is the defensive leader. Oh, the Saliba can be a defensive leader, but Magalhaes is there. Yeah. Teams like Chelsea have struggled. They don't have a defensive leader. It's a Tosin in the 26. But Obeba, a Tosin, there is no organizer at the back line. Cole was beginning to grow into it. Yeah. Since Abrante for Inigo Martinez, every Barca team, that has not been there. I mean, Barca were conceding this season. But from the time of Inigo Martinez, it has become glaring. Barca have now switched to partner Pau Kubasi, either with Eric Garcia and I say Gerard Martin. Gerard is perfect on the ball because of a left footer. I don't trust Gerard as a
the Donkor for ye Empire ya bopa ya Sadaki Kwanse Manchester winning because Manchester win near Massa Yenya so Claudioma I say Yanka the same thing and AC to the YouTuber or YouTuber now was searching for Nhyira TV was searching for Nhyira TV now all comment them and so Ediaba I was showing so the Pemnia can carry now Ediaba side out in some pato diabetes I say I subscribe baby I don't mind done so anytime be a back life will be our sabeka ya the video be answer to my one sub let me a canano at my boy pana yendin kobaka na message at the friend like Ghana my boy kobaka now call friend like Ghana Olympic Leon Bobokono when we met a trenum amateur so mo so atimu no na no da na nya sam keto akra our friend like Ghana no pay no ya catch a certain player who else Madrid o makoda na o motaso wetibi mo La Liga Hendrik kwabra koda no bo hat-trick no ada no Hendrik nyasam koto akra ejali didem edem akoda na tase anyasam koto 20 sisia no wo kwa brante na goals are also anyasam koto akra sisia no abrante niam e kama enso edem akate no na sisia 3 matches na tase goals no eba 3 matches 4 goals ana Hendrik ase ma na wo Madrid 3 matches or boy no one say go back kokra enti amanfo edidi ye pass League Anna Hendrik Choir and Yama Bani Pana Kwabna another commentator na ono so Emma comment was our game no was so person bisa dear Pana Madrid we ye parent abrantiano obuma boy just 99 minutes to pay our Madrid time season started now brante bench when you be because was so jack down the ball now when you play an SM Madrid and in the bench team another or describe your brante say we are very astonishing offense no or a player a ban passer your more boy here party akudano and ball and the another a to down friendly Ghana and a pen make catch at the amount but season no you go so you trying to go na omu bisa says he said golden boot race no send a city emwa yiri ye pa na utwa ni mo screen no so a eno ye between Harry Kane, Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland sisi ya 21 goals and Harry Kane and Kylian Mbappe wo manya and afa Erling Haaland enso anya 20 goals anya na nsan ya sisi goals no and confirm Erling Haaland and kebia goals sisi akrank we twam kra and this golden boot race no sana akwa ya 1 goal different pair and Erling Haaland and afa Kylian Mbappe and Hurricane in Tema, she said almost so president na and we are the Abana another sir yase we call the new Spotify Cameroona Kwabra so she a man for papa another almost so much Moses Shemuna and yase Barcelona pay for say we are na and share your pa but and you know Sadio no and you know na any ball game ni we na yakobi sawala pota so pay some stadium nyinu no so ho mudiebu enye nyinu na nyinu ade de yewie ya mo ya we stadium yewie ya enti insuo bata na me meka za ade de bebo ye enti se wo se me ho afa enye he esa me so me ho fo enti pato Barcelona president say yenka mo bi anta se enye stadium nyinu na nyuwie no mu wie ya enti se ya kasa de se obakwa de new Spotify Cameroona wa kwa ko game abompa say nsuo ntop de ane mu nyina mo ho befo enti hwe computer si nsuo pa na nsuo twagu ho na anya asem keto akra enti anoada ane de abaso na kem ne tota ena no pe ne ye ketre edi ama wasisi ahodo nyina so na mame command na this season you see no competition we for players and internato mato say na esi etia aranta de tinade Mbappe as 34 goals Anna Vinicius Junior as 7 goals. Jude Bellingham ekwa 6 goals. Now anya Gonzalo Garcia. Now ya no mo said amako ani Bobby 5 goals no ahe. Anna fe Ada Gule ekwa 3 goals honti wo come Madida reporter eba as the top scorers say na Tottenham so esitia in all competition this season. And yen ko baka kwanso a etotwa e Madida kacha no pe no make check akam so ediama Olympic to Marseille. And no ada omote team and the RCD Dons ebo omontena me esa omote mu baako ana kyerɛsɛm nso anya asɛm ketewa koraa na sisi a abranta de din de ade sɛ Nwaneri akoda ne kɔɛ no wakɔ akɔnya goal ama nneɛma nso ayɛ kamenti sisi a no wokɔ friend league ana PSG wɔn aba bɛda ɛyɛ top hɔ ma ɛsiane sɛ ɛno a team ne din de RCD Lons ɛtima wene nti PSG anya 45 points wɔn ɛna LED RCD Lons bɔbɔkɔ no aba bɛtɔ so mmienu with 43 points na wɔn aba bɛnya Olympic Dumase wɔn kura 38 points na wɔnya 36 points a ɛkɔ Olympic Lyon na wɔn aba bɛnya Lille Metropole bɔbɔkɔ no wɔn nso ɛtɔ so num ansa na Stade Rennais ɛtɔ so nsia no yɛ reporter ɛba ɛwɔ dwumadie so a friendly gun ɛna anɔpɛ ne yɛka nkɔba no kakra ɛnso ɛde adown na mamenkɔ Premier League na menkɔ di nkɔmɔ kakra na most goals conceded in the Premier League this season say the city okɔ Premier League no ma team a yɛsɔ ɔmo dodoɔ paa no kwabra Sam United 45 goals ana ɔmo conceding and this season okɔ Premier League no ma nkurɔfoɔ deɛ ɛmesɛ ɔmo adan yɛsibe yɛno ɔmo saa bɔ tɔɔtɔɔ ɔmo atena mena nya asɛm ketewa woyɛ ɔmo fi abanle bɔbɔkɔ no ɛnso conceded 44 goals no wanya AFC Bournemouth wɔma conceded 43 goals wɔba bɛnya Wolverhampton wɔn nso conceded 43 goals and 37 goals and Leeds United and so conceding the first 5 and Amedi Abba was Christian so and so I would demand this one on Peru who they were and MSC Equana and other via VRL 4 year the 9 years I'm going to cry. Sakrabna or we had home I'm not telling the papi guy na tama or many Madrid game no Baba Sasa na no so yewo player wono wakwakwate AFCON e de yesi na so anti African Cup of Nations champion abadia ese ye bona baso ana mo de meda ana fe wo mo de nkuru agina koda ni nsem ateso mo ana brante no na mo hwe ase ho e hwan na te ho na tese Ibrahim Diaz de Pananka mai ana tese wote honum boko anu afi na ni no park ni so di no se izem de panka ye mi ene Pananka ya asembia ni etire enti Pananka man no ada na otebent atese wo he papi guy na eta ya ba brante na baso team eno ye game no dia etotwa e wo dwumade so na ni nyina nkamfa man de for tom se ba ko de ko bo Pananka ne dia wo masa na nkasa ho enti eno ada Mbappe e ye adwuma ne kama amatase utumi se de ma enso koye edemamo entena mienu ana mo tie de ma Villarreal enso entimi ante entani ye de etotwa e wo dwumade so na no pedo yakatre enso ediamana eno na tibu kwoto Esianka Emobi anta sa Ucha sisi akele Mbappe ene abrante a yafano adasa Vinicius Junior waso mo ye nightmare enti ema aye players enti we ye aye defender na we man de babesia adaso woni team bi kwakosia na tase enom enso aye player bi to say adasa Kylian Mbappe ana afe aye Vinicius Junior na tase wo say ade no emu ye din ye pa enso edman no ye reporter eba e de so na no pay no ye ka che kakra enso ediama na wonim se madde no ada de wo mu so esi ebo omo game no na tese enya sam kotwa kra enya sam kotwa na eniama so ekoye edima eyetim na former Argentine international atasa dodo na eboni di jog Alberto Francesco Vadano na opeyiwe eno okasa pi wadin komo pi na opeyin si yanka emobia enso ntia se dewa eniama ensu esi ekwa dewa eniama ensu esi sise e Real Madrid or former player Adema Madrid na 1984 ebepim 1987 ana no si akan Adema Real Madrid boboko no na osi wakam obi ataya se eniama bi ko so a Madrid ata so ndo obeka ho asem ana ebisa se asambe na ho ana waso wokasa abalu abae no ohwe dewa players no ensu si bobo na emesa confidence na ba na emesa adasa Avaro Abaloa ama players no enso confidence na ba na onim kwan afa so motivate o dem but against Villarreal the way ankoda na sifa so no mu bo game from the first minute ekopim the 90th mark no ankoda na ya aduma ye pa na okeka na ni a no de check Xabi Alonso tema na sa de ni ho na on the office na the way Abrante ni si ye ne man de kama pa se sanka ya Xabi Alonso abra so a kwabra nko se e fit 20th eko
ne fit minute pɛpɛpɛ na ma de team na nneɛma nyinaa yɛ basaa wobɛtia ne sɛ team no ɔma luso na nte stress nko a ana na ɛto team no wobɛhu sɛ team no break down bɛtaa avala abalo abaeɛ ne deɛ ɛme sɛ nneɛma nyinaa nso ɛyɛ kama ane yɛbisa sɛ na players no wɔsɛ players no commitment to avala abalo no ɔfii sɛ ɛwɔ soro wo compared to Zabi Alonso deɛ no a wɔso anim deɛ Zabi Alonso yɛ yɛnkasa ɛma players no sɛ da ɛnyɛ didie ɛwɔ no mu ɔmo commitment no ba fam deɛ bɛtaa ɛme sɛ avalo avaloa ɛnso ɛnya nneɛma right ɛnom ɛnkɔma kakra nso ɔpanyin ne din ɛde Jorge Evadano ɛnso ɛde ɛba na ɛno na tibu kɔto a ɛsi any detail bi a coach ne ɛde ma ɔmo no ɛkame sɛ ɔmo ɛyɛ nya ne right ɛnya de a coach bi aba nsesa kakra bɛba but a coach we ba no ɔhɛ team no ɛde de wɛ nneɛma si kika kɔ a wɔfi sɛ me sɛ team no nneɛma ne egu no kwan so ano sa ɛno ɛyɛ reporter ɛne avalo abelua todo na nso ɛka afa no ɛna no pɛ ne yɛka kyerɛ ɛde ama ɛwɔ dwumadie so na wonim sɛ no ada Atletico Madrid wɔn nso team ayoka edi ɔmo ho agorɔ ɛntena mmiɛnsa na ɔmo de ɛma ɔmo ɛne Alexander Solof enya goal ama Adeso Lopez ɛbɔ ongo hɔ Amanda ɛnso enya goal ɛde ama a team and the Atletico Madrid ɛntena mmiɛnsa na ɔmo nso ɛwɔ so yɛ na Rio Oviedo ɛkɔdi nsɛnsɛmɛ ɛwɔ Barcelona fo nsɛm Barca ɛbɔ adwuma no ntena mmiɛnsa ana tɛ so ɔmo so yɛ Hafinha sisia de Hafinha aba back sisia no Lamine Yamal nso aba back ntenatoɔ no Dani Olmo wɔn nyinaa aba back ntenatoɔ no a ɛde so ɔmo yɛ adwuma no kaba Oviedo deɛ no obi anim sɛ Madrid bɛbɔ kɔn bɛtɔ ɔmo ahɛ ɔmo dadante ɛnya deɛ bi ana kyɛ sɛ ɛnwanwa pie nti sisia no wɔkɔ La Liga table no so a Madrid ana elidi 52 points mpatɔ Barca rather ana elidi 52 points ana Madrid tɔ so mmienu wɔmo ɛwɔ 51 points na wɔba bɛnya 44 points a ɛkɔ Atletico Madrid wɔba bɛnya Villarreal wɔmo 41 points na wɔbɛnya Espanyol Barcelona wɔmo ɛwɔ 34 points a ɛno yɛ reporter ɛtotwa ɛwɔ dwumadie so ɛna no pɛ no yɛka kyɛ kakra nso ɛde ama na one player ata sɛ yɛse wɔno nso ɛba bɛnya club anaso ɔba bɛtɔ team ɛyɛ abranta de team ɛde Sergio Ramos na fa ɛyi ne fama me former players a wɔmo yɛ affiliate to club clubs out do obi kwampo the clubs na dodo na akwa yankasa o mato clubs no mako bi na ese wo mo socks enso ewom na Cristiano Ronaldo woko Al Nassr mbato wo socks ewo Al Nassr bobo konum do say 100% club ni nyina anya ne dia beta yeka owners a Cristiano Ronaldo eka ho ewo Al Nassr na woko kae ne bobo ko ne dia ono dia satim no ya de say Kylian Mbappe ato Inter Miami nso wo pe dia team ne ya ne dia David Beckham anafe Ronaldo Luis Nazario wano na Real Valladolid ne dia afe Luka Modric so woko Swansea City ono nso akoto atasania manyina kama adema na Zlatan Ibrahimovic ono nso Hamabe adese bobo kono dimintintima team no ne dia nsa afe Zubeda Zera Piqué anom nso FC Andorra wano nso akoto afe Didier Drogba adese Forest Rice FC wano nso ne dia N'Golo Kante na no Daniel Tise N'Golo Kante so no ato Royal Alessia atase okay Royal aye Celso atase ne manyina anso ya kama edemo panyina fe wo benya Paulo Maldini wono so Inter Miami adese wono so ne dia nsa atase ne manyina akoye anso edema pato Paulo Maldini dia ne Miami FC ana eye ne dia ana to wi Daniels anso no uhema Como adese Chelsea wono so wodi mintima ye pete no wo ka players a adase wo mu aye majority shareholder anase team ne ayo omodia ana chese medi omutin apa ewo dwumade so na no pe no ye ka che kakra enso edemanti Savia bobo ko so reporter mense kan aye se Sergio Ramos so akakitu bi na chese team no ababa ye ne dia nsa eno so aye koba kakra so a eba ewo dwumade so na no pe ye ka che edema na Manchester Force yanka mo bi anta se sisia no mbo no aye tiki pata o ma jai tiki taka ne bo wo mu omubo tiki pata adisa wo to na wapata om na a certain player there ono de ekuma kese ene na ono kwa de wa hate me kese de ana de akaso etu kumo utimi se be ma na ebe eti e ba na den wanya daddy mbio monie sakwabena daddy ba he wono akazefo nkwa na wo cho woko Amfit ekoyo mu ho adwuma ekome ana chezo okose ho ana against Manchester City derby eno nso ekome wakwa he ho ana afe Emirates eno nso ekome wakwa he ho nti Manchester for the same amese big teams ne de nya ne so be ma mbiomu abobi mbiomu bobi nkwade a ene ma be kama enso e de amanta dintie wɔn so wɔn hɛ ne tii na wɔn compare to Marcus Rashford the end there ɛmi sɛ na Rashford nyade wɔn deɛ nkoda na no wakyɛ wɔn no wahɛ wɔn bɛta akasɛ deɛ a certain player mbiom na ɛyɛ adwuma no nyinaa ɛde ma Manchester United anom ɛyɛ nkɔbɔ kakra nso ɛka kyerɛ ɛwɔ dwuma deɛ so na wɔn Laporta ana no ada nsɛntwerɛfoɔ kɔ bi san sɛ ma aberante no a ne din ɛde duro no deɛ na mayɛ ɛde afa akoda no ho ana so akoda no ɔmone ne agent ɛka sɛ akoda no nya 18 years a wɔn bɛ sign contract ɛdeɛ ma afei akoda no 10 years 18 years na wɔn kɔka kyerɛ ne agent ne sɛ deal no ɛstande a na akwa no sɛ sɛ skadanyado so ɔbɛgye biem na ɔse akoda no ho yɛ ne nwanwa papa so obi o matete wa ma bia wa bedu na afi bebo ba so na oyɛ saa de man de in fact wo me so mo ni hweka so meja akoda na ma akoda no so akɔ anopa ya meka sɛ ya walandi ɛwɔ Paris Saint-Germain ɛwɔ Paris krodio mu ha wo kɔ akɔ sign ne ɛde ama Paris Saint-Germain nti Barcelona player de tin ɛde do no ɛde sɛ ɔkɔ akɔ sign ne ɛde ama PSG no yɛ reporter ɛba ɛwɔ dwumadie so na ma menkɔ Germany na mini nkɔmɔ kakra so Osberg Boboko no ate Bayern atia mo me ba betia no wo makɔ akɔyɛ saa de no ho na kwabena yo 2-1 ana wo modi ma Bayern Munich Boboko no na araho sam yɛ sɛ ɛne sɛ bia Bayern akɔ awu ɛyɛ home wo motifia ana nkoda na ba bedi om ho agronti amati sɛ no mo league table no Bayern so no mu gusuli di beta 50 points ane kromo Borussia Dortmund 42 points wo mo tosumi no Tiedi Hofian atosumi ensa 36 points na oba benye Stuttgart omo toso ena omo 35 points no ana ekra RB Leipzig omo ni toso enum ho entiane ye German Bundesliga enkoba kakra efi atire ebaniem na anu ada Juve na kerim say Juventus dia anka ya draw omo timi tina fie lusu beta mbato eno omo ti Napoli abo omo ntena miensa wa bro omo soro antimi antekra Jonathan David enyane de Kenan Yadels enyane de Anafe Kostic enso enya go ntena miensa no omo so kama Napoli nso ni dabi we Roma ani AC Milan kemina no so ekokoye 1-1 adese Brantford de Pele Green enso enya go ana afe di winter enso enya go ampa winter ampa ono so enya go adima AC Milan Boboko no entim anu ya de tota ewo dwumade sisi anso ukọ mo league table no so 52 points and crying Boboko no AC Milan 47 points wo mo tosu mienum AS Roma atosu miensa wo mo 43 and after the same points ni bim ekwa Napoli wo mo tosu enan Juve 42 points wo mo su tosu nimu ho anu ya reporter efi echara Syria eba ewo dwumade so na yanko the most exciting league baby Manchester United yo ma de no na yenkodi nkoma kakra ho woko Premier League ma mepato sisia no anto asemenyo na semenyo ball na obo no da kwase ne yese so ba Ghana obetimi abo ana matopon matis no betimi amaye goals na because oko City na koda no goals no amese ababa ye the hallmark ubo kembia koda no benya go na no da ya da pass for da bi bodo green for eto mo miemi o mani asim ana koda na ntibenya go better na no da when you go adima Manchester City Boboko no mubo entra eyemienu adeso mama musi enso enyane de the two African players no enso bontra adima Manchester City ama of 1 wonders wo so entimente Chelsea enso kwasa who's park ene esa mupo depleted side ene depleted side entra eyemiensa ana Chelsea enso ekoboye enkrofori di record de bete ene am ye na yekato muso munkongodi enti ende enye ya asem bete certain player William Estava wewadi nyankopon akoda bo pedi kwabena Estava no akoda no ejanu wo so enye de ankrofo idie ya aso mu keka ye de kura nkoda ba nkoda ne ka so bo asabe nye tikesi afe ene nkoda no kwa bo pa edno anya asam kutu akra so Pedro ensu nya ne de ana Bruno Fernandes ensu nya go ntuntina miensa ana ye wo so ya ene o mu so atimu ba ko enom e de atos game ne pie ya ena no pa ye ka kire enso ede emana dia amazisi anope akwakoye bibia ho aya daddy imbiomu Manchester United and as Fernandes omutini mu bajo o say woni Bruno Fernandes make Bruno Fernandes kwabna dibim kan foforo na woni Bruno enzo na make proper Fernandes na so na make anyway the proper Fernandes Enzo Fernandes
Enzo
na asem na meken
ono ne proper no
so ono no waje a World Cup na mudi
World Cup yen
mudi waje World
Cup ya mokoto e no
dabi o ono wade World Cup bi no
na me se de o mokoto e na
Argentina de no
no de ne ndi incredible
what dey fair no
no dey incredible
the proper Fernandez Jawadi wake up and the one seven na Mickey and I complain Debbie but the proper Fernandez Enzo Fernandez asem na Mickey nti abusia na me kwa nya asema se mi wie na me ko Manchester would na say blinky sa nti anu anso awo Emirates nyame ani Martinez ko ye ongo na no club na so ye de mi hu ampa won sa cho Lisandro Martinez player jina wanim pa no ato ampa ho na ball na akwakoto atenam na sa Manchester fo nim de omoyo ana omote Arsenal fo yi ene pepa ba kwabena nyame se nka no crazy ade mutim ne de no kra ye ba akopɛ ball na mo bone de basics na ma ban ye ka tem se kobi menu no mo ma ja menu ba no papa ba ko tintintinti ye ka ana ye kofa ye kokate penyini zanka omra me demonstration kakra say no kwa na say papa no was in the akwakofa atade na head kwa de jeze o ma jamanu ba ne monne motena ane ne ya dia pamuni he jamanu ba he bo pa mvivio kobi menu na nka mo de musuo nka mo ana nka mo ye ya na betam na nka mo ambatem kakanka nyame anim ne Arsenal bobo kroi mam ya hwa ma ana Arsenal ombiti ana Arsenal home ombiti ana Arsenal aniama koye sankrofo munyade amunka na nka mbe mu bia asema Manchester United na nka mo kwase mu awe mu anka se mu fi kwabra nyame anim ne madi Arsenal fo ya pa no be mu bia sewa sabe Manchester United 3 goals mu a wutimu mienu dadi mbiomu ajadogu anakuna wamna boss antra mieza no na mu Matthias Kunangunde na efe enti de tena no mu ye adwuma kama na odi asa meba ayize ize mu ko to ka se o na nim o dwa no odi meba so bawni so na Tottenham indie Tottenham was be bali keken groove mu omowe na ma ya eni o makwa akobo tutu na game na last week ayala say ebe ne fe pa no Everton Dabi we kwa Aston Villa wamo any Newcastle game no. In fact, Newcastle ekote Everton ye can say Aston Villa kwa say Newcastle entina mienu ma wamo so entimanti inti enu ni game etoda. Na 13 matches on beating mpato record no Manchester United akwa ko break ewo Arsenal for enso home ntino the home unbeaten run for Arsenal bo ko mpato ogani wo screen so dia ene de tiara no win draw win draw and after lose na ba betrato na yase the first time Arsenal elusu wamusu home game enso enie say season no enso asie the first defeater womu enso enyanie the first game Arsenal aba womu ase go atese sa go no yaba betete ade bia kan Arsenal luso the first time yes season yase since December 2003 say Arsenal consider more than 3 goals and also consider 3 goals but obi an kwankwa record say Manchester United na hem ya no Manchester United ana kwankwa sa record no na he say nuanom ba ko bi nso Liverpool for omdo man tese obi lusu he tese omtese obi lusu mbe lusu bi omtese obi abodro omso bebo do bi na he omso ayi 15 points anke grofoi eso mo epeja ade to mo nsam na nkaniema ekoye edema mo so head omo ye ohwe ene draw ano ma yes and ohwe 1 2 3 4 enti omo bo 5 matches kwabna 4 points be na grofo no grofo de timenya 50 points omo hanya mi anima ajibu 4 pe Liverpool for enti omo so ankoma kakra ne na ane ne ekobisa okay we de ma menye we kwamfabo sa Mikel Arteta na nkasa eno ada olusu wie na yese ne yenkowe Premier League ne dia wo ahonkeka so betima di Premier League no football corner say productions ne dia so na Arsenal ewo 84.44% say league no betumi ate Manchester City our 3.58% 3.38%. So betimi ade. Aston Villa our 7.09%. So Premier League no betimi ade. And two him party so na womo Chelsea supercomputer any octa for at Arsenal League no beti. And yes so na so better Saturday Manchester United. As so na eba be league ni ko bisa Mikel Arteta so pay ni awaye wow hey. Ano si nyame anim ni omu feel disappointed. And no other part omu ye no manya de. Na obebo Manchester United abaso ye pa say Manchester Juma Manchester aye na very strange say Manchester United baba be say Juma no e dia tam better was first half I dey so say 1 hour game bia wo mo boy ne dem na Arsenal na take the dominance wo mo ti ya say go aba and o ma wonim de ye so mo koda so mo ye den a and afi Manchester United baba tm afi momentum ne energy ne bibia accept akodi Manchester United for ho wo mo form na drop it ama Manchester United edi eja sa na wo mo di go mo so a eno da oso beka mo bia tese enkankan tenten na kwabro so ma nya de ball no na I say edu ba bi na asa ho de na ba for Manchester eduma na mo ye ende so omo wini a da enye won pi because Manchester United eduma ni ye pa na was it there was a certain moment be a mad moment at the Manchester United and no an ebo mo te say the amateur school the body to atem say no o say some momentum no na Eboa Manchester United bobo kwena no dia Mikel Arteta head coach Edema Arsenal edi eba ewo dwumade so na okasa we bebe na Patrick Kluivert say na Arsenal for kra say Arsenal echo back to basics because ball na Arsenal ebo edi tia Manchester United in there say on paso omuji league in there on the hu say akakra o ma me say ya team ni na chese ade na kwa form asena eno ado so one player pa wanya de Bukayo Saka eno ado kanya de kwa enti eno ye Patrick Kluivert nkoba kakra wo paying edit twitter wo dwumade so na Yakobi sa Manchester United head coach Michael Carrick say na niam si ko baba say 2 weeks ago ano baba ka say bobo ko na o ma baba fa no o mo baba try wo mo niam na o ma baba ye de so mo ye na timi improve team no na jo o mo ye no eno na o manya sa massive result eno so ekoye e de moment na ni ade ye pa de wa eniam no so eko ade Emma Manchester United do kan na no no moto aso a wo mo aye na mum na abasobode ndem wo de be ma players no ana fe ne technical team because wo ma ho de any opepa a wo manya so me nyina be kan bom na wo matimi abo Manchester United asesa no our players no so atena se o mo ye se adwuma no eno de obebo players na baso na obo ne technical team na baso pass wo ma bo Manchester United esa ko back bim eno na Rockins 2 games de nya he kabra Rockins ko to be we need 2 matches. Why we need 2 matches? I say, what's your guy? And you have a team for my Cabra, say, Papanum, also be as the Manchester United for Manum. Am I the Karimu? Am I Moncaso, Marca Carrick, man, yeah, the coaching job on the manner, obeying now, I'm say, all about obey the same thing. All I gonna say, we move on and say, Papa, matches are when you answer, Sano, boy. Kwa de John na papa ne enti make Carrick ye munim na ka some the Manchester head and start some Manchester what if be about interim do ya adwuma na mum nobody di kim so a technical coach and answer or a head coach na dia na farente was it make Carrick no 2 games the coach be at me win be ene dia ene no Rockin ede eba e wo dwumade so na Bruno Fernandes so akoda no why record since 2012-2013 season 2013-2014 season just one Rooney in a season in yabo to no wano enso 10 plus assist Kwabrasis and Manchester United player BNWA where sad the bim say Jumbo season 12 so now on your 10 plus I assist no Bruno Fernandes na sad the equano and mother adumane akoye match say Bruno Fernandes Premier League assist no this season dia no na equano 10 goals assist na Branton aye Ryan Cherky equal 7 Jack Grealish equal 6 and Mohamed Kudus equal 5 afin so no Adesa Granit Xhaka equal 5 Morgan Rogers equal 5 ekwa Samuel Chukwueze ana Vitali enso ekwa 6 ana Jamie Doku ekwa 4 enso elho mpato Vitali de na 4 ana Lucas Jigine enso ekwa 4 nti sabebepem ana Jensi Tena sisi ano league table no mpato mo fama me na Arsenal 50 points Man City 46 points omo toso me no Aston Villa etoso miensa womo 46 points 38 points ekra Manchester United womo toso enai ana Chelsea etoso num with 37 points sa ana Premier League table no enso esitie wesu na mi gina na enkrofo ama so semini nyina no yetimi enso ediesia bet Manchester te Arsenal ese wo every takwabena ediesia ka ho asem mayade pa nyamese enkan krende mayade nti mabo mabaso maybe
good morning
I
want to say
nyame adom akwa banso
me that's it we fine
okwabena bibia fine na eye ni nso
oh nyame adom
tete se yedu kudi hini nti se musi ya sambo sakola bi ma anyese bia bet na wo ba wasa se bet ya yetu fu wo sanso be sa ko bet bi
no so unim ade na wo di akire na
okay
and akosime nkan we na kran apart from your game no die bi bibi papa ben no aside the Manchester United Arsenal game bia no
kre
discussing bia no abaye Europa Obeja Manchester United game bia no because Chelsea ko check Crystal Palace Crystal Palace team here a depleted
Matthias
depleted side
and
only defender
for the first time o come Manchester say ma be back
na and then on memma story bi amonte da Carrick buy no
and the empacho the attention Saturday so e
is an inside story
yeah nante na half work
okay
and no Nhyira any love from the Akandia boom ya tinti ya pum ojo be say nante na aerobics ne be sase kran sana ya sase nante Kumasi City Mountain battle this Saturday there enya asem kweto akra ye nyina yesia Kumasi City Mountain baby a wo bia no na wa ba na chese sa Nhyira FM ne Love FM ye health work we no I am very successful and tell me nyina ye ba esan say enkrofo no be yo mayi nti yese ye ba and ye nyina ye be nante na
yeah say me kram ref say
election
Saturday na MPP we presidential we no
and omu time cry ya me hu holiday
yes ye be
nante
nyame adoma Saturday no me Ayala Fifi GarbageTram sports team nyina ye be
ba
na work ni ye be di kan
asano say agudi mu nsem na dela ne sibsando mu
no mo so
ba kan ni mo nti
asano mo makani ni na
mo makani na ba kan
on and off air phone na de achi na fe ye de djuma nti ye twa sa de fo bia
e open enya restrict to me be
e memmen da ya Saturday di eni ya na love Nhyira work no ye de ehihye so nti obi amra na enfadwumadi no ehihye so nti ene no mama mo inside story
mate
Carrick beje adwuma no idin komobi na on say o bagan ha so yi mi senior man and am bra penny super obondi da sa abre no fagi time na otimi ni Manchester United empedi fo din koma is em say dwumadi ni na ade na ba beda me so say mi tu yi bibia from the Manchester United no omo from street ida say e be conference call e bia sometimes it be in video e be so on my normal call ya. So I'll give you an inside story. Carrick beji dwumadie no. Baby a Manchester United say ye duru me enye nwanwa because opani ne ba na idin kobo no. Na bibia che say ode ye be kobo sha asase ne so. And and as say ye match ye konti ne be din komo pi. Amesi show no awo baby awo into join live awo YouTube Nhyira TV, Ben Radio no Nhyira 104.5 yemfa discussions no. And shall say emfa emamo GarbageTram Gabi the foreigner at here from Adinkai Atenenka dada. But before you be ransom na yedin komono ediamamo no ma yanko Franco Trading Enterprise ma catch say phone so the honey top papa obi out charge of phone and now oya call check kakra bi now phone a hit bi na chew say phone and your original and it and I make come for a Franco Trading Enterprise Nokia Samsung iPhones and nko eban home appliances open smart TVs no Franco air condition chest freezer microwave Sanso and a generator ni na kofa bi e de aba CCTV cameras ye de ne de say bia obey no fie ana wodwum no ye de ma phone ti bia wonam bia no eno an say wo haniema no awo eye phone so Franco Trading Enterprise ko Kumasi eye dum yem branch no ba ko eben ejaba jury Sanso and adjacent old Malcolm and old opposite Kofor Clinic rather. Opposite Kofor Clinic. Also your and the new KJTR. One in Anoka. On sabit me Aka Franco Trading Enterprise na union commercial 245-316969. Alicia Decor me pacho yaba for wo efiewura anawampo and wako 100% washroom onu sesi ho anaso ya plumber so open dobisi akoye wadwuma bia me kan for Alicia Decor and na adiama ye niema no eye papa efe and ne bo no so no efo oto ane asa atwade esa de aka ho WC type bia pebia no you be awo ho PPR pipes and so you be about the fittings and the union indina etufo and na yeton at the amount Alicia Decor bra commence adum abinchi wana opposite Star Oil and Alicia Decor yo ayetro so betimi aba na ye no edi dwuma no abom me pacho washroom no pejam ma ne love one koso ma ne facelift emu bia wura ha bibia enye kama 0558 063 836 na monomo ending komo yade ya enunti ana me kan for cancer misha adiama na no pay se honam ya wo ya ana bi kura na ma me bi papa bi wo fa bi ebi so awan kasa wuti adwumade na honam ya wo ya cancer misha ana me kan for dem asese nyame adom ebi aba koma se kane se de ne ne anim no anka wokota kwa ene ka so anom hona na aduru a ese yede bi aba koma se enti se de ayibia ni ho so nya fe na betro na honam ni koto cancer misha na nom na entu ase emfa ema okọ atonsu market a ebi ho ana ode oyira eno wan say also be friend number 0244871862 obese utubi koton so a akonya no eda ho a obetimi akonia ma obi top send up this send sika no abroche for boggers no na this send sika nti bogger bia wutie me na no pemu am US Canada UK Ireland African country bia Germany Portugal Spain munina top send and I make for them sabon downloading in term na very convenient and very easy to use adenti anwane sound so no obetimi downloading keke sika bia ebeba ya sakra chawache de promo code nya bo insure fan fashion na bibia nya kama enfama Rush energy drink onoma emo hoden sonko we extra wallet so ema stay active na energize o kama enti damuni nyina na dwuma bia bia no otumi say still na no hode a otumi bo adwuma kama pa maka cho so kwa enipa ne ka cho na de me rush na asa but more way ayi me wo ho ahwan energy drink ho nti ma menya no bi ma wo ka chen so mpe no rush na pe no na no side effect ebebo ama so no bibia aye kama Union Practical Institute ne enko sua computer esan say ene de computer no umpo ehunhia very important awo ya brabo a yenso ye bonim especially say opesa won so no nya adwuma na wutimi ya o computer sam no I say itimi kosro enenti abu a onim ba kokura obozo onim kakra amosafo ni na mbotimi aba your lectures on benya botra show also the practicals ubewie no course bi akoye fa computer hu bia no utumi say yes wabene pa data analytics design technology with drone piloting software engineering computer basics and office administration network and cyber security engineering. These are courses at for uyewi adwuma da ho ubenya company eno mo enso aye adwuma me atua ukaye ye kumase sesan so ya ode siba stop one friend number 0555 383848 Alaska Star Enterprise ho edna ye ko ni akotom niama ne biasiesie dem office ho ma ehonso nya akono no bia ba watimi no aye business mimi say some person me no ye business na me ru office na so office ho asa 1 by 2 bia ho mo za akwo badwim sikadi I want to say this and I did business do Jimmy card be done. So about run office I to say I go capital so and the capital injection no to be not there into no home fancy can or no be business ama also be behind come at diamond so office or no them hono and can be oba na so oye bia no otu ahyedan akwaso de ma menwe ho kakra enye ono oba wo dem hu se agwa mi ne trem one because ne dem kra nye ehasa be ma bia oti se bia e ma no hu se onye responsible ti aso ono tena e be waste of time ti bisraw e mema de sisi o dem e ma honya kono from aroma diffuser be ma dem wo ayhwam open ring light original one ye ton be decorative watches and flowers sofa cover no marble sheet blanketing anama chia curtain ene niema bebre alaska de etiefo wura ho niema no kwa hu de obeto enti ye okumase adum me pacho mesesa no che plaza ni ma boss of them hona na ye wo enkranfo be ko tudu opposite entity the office no ana be friend number 0256 330075 na yemfa discussions no enhisa so na yebedi Manchester United Arsenal game no ahon komo no me pacha wo ka no Fabra Amoa automobile na yensiesi ka no emfama wo maka cho se yaro proba no mo ho okom nya botre body no so ho omusiesi ka ho before I dey kwa kwasho oven na ye spray ho no se ne body preparation an koyi abawie no obonsa tototom ahun de hu spray ni ye so ho enti na Amoa automobile ho no okwanyanya no de ensani ho de machines enye de prepare car no ye wia say inside na say line a ne line mu ne de akoshe the ultra modern ovenim ne wie ne polish car ne siwa utimi say yes when your friend no ye spray car home one na edi ema wo fe mo so mo kra car si fra brochi ba no o de car na accident car o dis free you hona tema hono a Fabra na fasika no so ye be ye ne kama obewie no utumi say yes o kan no said ye na person hu na edoa na wonso no hu eye o kan no me pa cha yo kumase apem so ya fair chance hona na wa friend number 0244465764 10% discount no so arekodo into kwa onso benya wo de na bibia no aye kama e dia ma no pay omo na aso yasena Monday edition insurance 4.5 na ochimu de dikan yetinko nyama yede emantu betimi do message no aba na yakenkan edi amama catchers ahade every Monday bia no proper review of games na toda weekend no na afi yedi nkomo na ebekase amadu minu na bo ebejai dia aka no edi amamo Fifi Manfred Kofi
when as when you jipa as a voice on show me ben speakers ni mo blast or down
ya woman na
NJ and o die correct
some say as no be engineer no and I heard you people saying say oh so person who say team no o team ni ya dia ko bo Arsenal enyo na kan ba so say Arsenal
ni report your kan me dey
okay so ayala kan ba one game
me make a different thing me the man cast so be so testing team na what dey
on make asa so kutum
ma fa gu machi mu
faguachi ma City ashe Arsenal wo make asa wo don say
I'm sorry boss
o sorry but o room ai
me kale
mutu tetelesta ni bi
Devi entu yewi
o munsia to Roma for munsia to
me dey na me say no so ntimi show no
na wo say ntimi nsha Arsenal
me kai say ntimi show
any Roma for munsia tetelesta na to
because why chair to
enyum bi a oto aho ejinjawo
chair to senior
se Carrick ban na mka chen se Carrick akwa ba kono utufu a wontie amorim
dey football
me fra amorim na mka chen se amorim team no tetelesta anyum ne yato ne de akopa was me minim tetelesta na so okay ye be pam wo
udi tetelesta dey say ejuma
udi tetelesta Carrick by also and sometimes there is where ayane a yes or the team be ma o player no ebini he understand the team the philosophy
too much is
yebo teams be ya bo City ya bo Arsenal too matches wo kwasha Crystal Palace anopay wo be wa kunko neba Carrick by na me friend am se chairman
2 matches ball.
The operation me na me dey.
We have 5. What's 4? Almost 2 ball. Can you away?
Why am na? Until Rosie ana.
There we are.
Okay. Until Rosie oba anya purpose. Enu team. Say purpose to want the group enya no. Ana obo team be.
About Charlton Athletic.
Why? Charlton enu team.
About Brentford.
Ya bo City abo Arsenal. Team no obi so person who so team no has come of age. I go and play them.
Okay.
Now so team ni yan there.
Your team has come of age.
Hey, Kofi. Premier League no chance na City. I say the trophy ni ma.
And I think a Villa J trophy in.
Why?
Villa.
Aston Villa.
Aye.
Oh. Eti Kofi dia tiene say Carrick Banham catch as a chairman. Me na me you preaching.
Na na ya juma na minya nkwana. Minya analysis money we United it ga jiji dem. Na kienya analysis money enjoy.
Me tell reason ti am team na yes sir. Some catch us my man with side story.
What you na time my man be don catch Kofi time.
Only time of radio no so. Time me ha na wo. Only time room am patch TV. Eti Carrick Banham catch as we a former player.
Yeah.
You understand me? The philosophy of the team, you understand it. See, because stadium be players, no. You bet you to Telesta and you to. When money I did as all African players. I'm starting. Tetelesta. Nebuna Jiso. Yeah. Tetelesta. Yeah. Arsenal. Ah, so person is Manchester team.
Man for Chachanko.
Hey! Son, I know the pro game man here you.
Third goal.
Cha. Matthias Cunha. Cha. Acquire player. You want to shoot player.
I ran me all over you baby. Mobile match with Kofi. Who's that? Me ko share ball or report TV room. I mean Chia boys now report Republic or TV room in there. I was excited. United fans and Rich, you need to go there, especially for United matches. Because we'll be a mumia. As in a Rich way. KNS shuttle drivers na dey be a two. Thank you very much and Republic Hall. Me ban Rich. Ena me nyako. Me number cro. Me as di pakono cha. Na I Rich dey do number move from me ana. Tera cha. Rich. Me know Emmanuel Lisa. As e dey there. Oda.
No be any bibi aka.
No be any. Dey be da kasa.
Because we games here.
Na mo de
Real Madrid was Sevilla news.
Mo de na enyedu.
Dey.
Na only Arsenal dey enyedu.
Oh David, we training grounds there.
We training grounds. Hey.
Training grounds.
It's no.
For Arsenal on Betika.
What surprised you most about the game?
Honestly, I didn't watch the game. Because I know we yase.
Oh, okay.
Me no fan to na kakra bia.
Mo check it.
Na fan for more of us. Na dey na your phone so of our dey ho. Baby am adwen da no. Me nya crank ye tru aye na sheda.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't watch the game.
Yeah.
But who scored in fact, me phone ye nyana.
Yeah.
But then instead I'm saying nyamo bibiri because of character by no.
Yeah.
They don't ne empenufo na kania de no. I knew she be do. And no dey ko ne beka.
Honestly speaking, I felt that before United beating me share Arsenal no. Just a match of intensity. In fact, for me on Saturday, that was my analysis throughout. Because who's the Arsenal team, we're moving in the sense that who kita ball na so we're a good defensive team. So who's kita ball also quality attackers to break you down. Or some sort of set pieces or free kick or corner kick or no man getting that can make him stand out in any game. So then definitely when you are watching Arsenal play a game of football, obviously heading, especially given when Okobo Manchester City, this Manchester City team mentioned a team that's in solid form. So for me, that is the first thing that was very important. How are Manchester United going to beat Arsenal when you're unable to match their intensity? Also, since 2019, which most Arsenal now. Again, this season of Premier League, one of the best home defense.
That's right.
So exactly. So then I would not say any analyst here would have been wrong to say Manchester United cannot win this game. I like the kind of job that Michael Carrick has done since he has come to Manchester United. And in fact, in the last 1 month, I think that psychology and the emotional side of football are underrated, Kakra.
Yeah, and it's true. I agree with you.
In fact, I told you that Alvaro Arbeloa, Liam Rosina, and Michael Carrick, and I'll start with Michael Carrick. Rich, nobody's talking about Kobe Mainoo.
Yeah.
Michael Carrick is a midfielder. Over Manchester United team. Kobe Mainoo is a boy I was saying on the beam. As a midfielder, he obviously can convince Kobe and tell him that, Jack, you don't need to go anywhere, Kobe now. You know where you're doing. And me a midfielder, you do a midfielder. You have a simple 4-2-3-1. In the 4-2-3-1, you are my number 8. Let Casemiro be the 6. Let him do the off the ball job, you know. Sit deep and then control the tempo of the game for me. And let us allow Bruno Fernandes to push forward. In that, you'll be able to push the line behind and then close the spaces. Which all the goals that Manchester United scored in the game, especially if you want to look at it from the numbers point of view, XG Arsenal creating a 1.20. Manchester United XG creating a 0.37. Arsenal bought 15 shots, United bought 10 shots. Arsenal bought 4 on target, United bought 3. 57 possession for Arsenal, 43% possession to Manchester United. It means that Manchester United did the most important thing. Because XG is not important if you've lost the game.
Sure.
Possession is not important if you've lost the game. United did the most important thing on the night. And I think there are two. One, the psychology of the team. Which, under Ruben Amorim, Manchester United, I did about Kwane Hamu Pan say Yeshamwa. And I say, take a lead now. Open it to the Teshamu. And I try to draw.
And till the catch was a Mukran James.
Yeah.
When Arsenal take an eye 2-2.
Yeah.
So now United say, look, game we be winning.
And you came down from a 1 goal up. And I asked, maybe they honestly speaking, again in the report TV room. Arsenal first goal in Monsieur Agbena Yapon. Because Arsenal show one every time. I thought it was going to be a more of a defensive job for Manchester United. But United had other plans. Here, which we need also to give credit to Michael Carrick from the tactical point of view in terms of the profiling of Brian Mbeumo. Mbeumo Abo either on the right hand side in that 3-5-2 now, and I said 3-5-3 now we need a modern ball. Since he has come in against Man City and against Arsenal, Abon as a centre forward. Because to be very honest with you, Rich, Mbeumo is Manchester United's most prolific attacker. He has goals one hopper. When he was coming, he has scored 23 goals at Brentford into the goal station. And it is clear here. So what share your goals are United sharing clear cut chances. Even for Brian Mbeumo's ball, Arsenal had no theatre. It was not such an aggressive press. Zubimendi got out of sorts, ball goes back, then Mbeumo passes on it, which an XG of 0.73. And yet Mbeumo's composure, taking out a bench here, your friend David Raya and slotting it on 1-1. And Rich, at that point in time, record by the top form. And Mbeumo became the first Manchester United player to score against Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool in the same season since Marcus Rashford in the 22-23 season. What a player. I think that if you are discussing best purchases this summer, you can't have that conversation without Brian Mbeumo. Which, in the same light of player profiling, I think that has been some of the low-hanging fruits that Michael Carrick, it is the job of Patrick Dogu. Which Patrick Dogu, the position here there under Amorim. Dogu, now I'm going to say, I'm going to wing back, my boy. Now, Okoka Krado, I'm going to take a
and also, the problem by the finishing. He's very good at Okoka.
Yeah.
But the finishing, so see it has more.
Again, and as a wing back, not a more defensive job to do. But what Carrick has done is simple. On the left hand side, Obu will show as the fullback.
Okay.
And Obu as a winger defender, more or less to give defensive cover to him. But essentially, he has given Patrick Dogu the freedom to go inside, to go and affect the game. So for me, the most important thing Carrick did away from the psychology of the game is also about the player profiling. One, it's about your friend Brian Mbeumo. Two, Patrick Dogu, most importantly. And again, it comes down to this. How many times under Ruben Amorim did you see Patrick Dogu in this zone? You see Patrick Dogu in the central zone.
Or lateral.
But now, you have money the freedom to go. different kakra, the more attack the kakra, to the extent that he could come in central in a transitional play. Now, I mean, so commentary now. Patrick Dogu no commentary. Commentary no.
Debbie,
I don't prefer to do
Matthias Cunha.
Okay, I'll let you play the Matthias Cunha. Because even me, as a Chelsea fan, I felt the goosebumps.
By popular request. Kofi Ade say me to me when he join.
But Philly, say me say oh, a far. Yeah. No me be against that. At the end of no man be no can say yeah. At the end of it was such a brilliant goal from our brand here friend Matthias Cunha. Solid one par from our brand here your friend Patrick Dogu, sorry. And it was a clear cut goal. And yeah foul, and yeah offside, and yeah BBR, it was a good one. Meaning oh baby mama.
Okay. By popular request, where you know, Mammy and
when you're part of go no commentary on me. And
I wish the same coming when, but
no Cunha.
Producer catch him say Cunha. Okay,
Cunha, dear mammy.
Tienamo, a Chelsea player.
And then I'm down pass. Because you push you got coffee,
no strikers, no master, no more Matthias Cunha. That's it. No Musiano.
Matthias Cunha never playing
Manchester United have turned it around. That's a superb strike, and Manchester United have turned it around again to lead again. Matthias Cunha has pulled something very, very special out of his box of tricks. Arsenal 2, Manchester United 3.
You see, just before, I don't want us to lose track of this. Just before we talk about the Matthias Cunha going any commentary now, Bono. Just look at the heat map of Patrick Dogu. Or the heat map, clearly United.
Very effective.
Like, you see, Patrick Dogu is a good player, but I want to emphasize on the profiling of Michael Carrick. Because one thing here will take a lot for Michael Carrick. It's a short time. No one getting, that gives you bigger results. And it's the freedom he has given Patrick Dogu. Obo as a defender, Obo as a left winger, Obo as a left midfielder, Obo as a left-sided number 10. That is exactly what led to that goal for our branch friend Patrick Dogu. And for me, that was a brilliant strike. And no less a strike, this one from the Brazilian man, Matthias Cunha. What a shot. Rich. That's not a carry in 2-2. Where was it coming from?
Because I'm saying in football, opponent now on the neighbor, so we shall know about here. Yeah. At that time, only a moment to navigate.
Outside your home side.
Outside home side. Or Liga.
Wow.
Russian or Betika. 2-2. Still, United push the men forward.
Yeah.
And make sure so we already win the Kofi.
Wow.
That is super.
Matthias Cunha.
Kofi say mini hey.
Yeah.
Ade a no machino no.
Marcel. Are you passes say?
Azari Samuel and or the message be in fact or the blame me war my Facebook page or
okay
Richardo TV.
Azari say.
Also last week there was a day I can't remember, but your show was hosted by Gabi Tram.
Yeah.
He allowed one of your pundits, either Fifi or Ayala, to compare this Arsenal team to our United Manchester United 1992 class.
Yeah. That
was disrespect in the first place. You must make sure they apologize. And you may make sure they apologize.
United fancy. No, we know about you. We know. Azari binti Azari binda na won kind of message. Binti Azari binda.
With the Arsenal team.
And me be a house me a common analyst. Mo na mo kita to me a common analyst. Gabi no say me compare. And I say say am team no. Arsenal team we obi team won. Na me the only person I can make never come with team and say maybe Owen Hargreaves. Now they declare rights about the shame of Carrick and Scholes. But obi team won.
Okay.
You know this job. I try to be honest. Me not perfect there, but I try to be very honest. Which say Arsenal in League now, Yempa Mikel Arteta.
They say Arsenal for news in Bujawa.
Oh, no, but say also a season.
I think that se obi kasa onyem from so.
Okay.
Because Mikel Arteta na ye kano. And you say the Arsenal man 1 year or 2 years.
Yeah.
But body team na che. And this particular season in the season as what the league no. Baby o twim ko do now. Yeah. Oh yeah, na obi ba the league.
2 weeks ago Nkoko share Bournemouth and Quebec 9 points. No ko board row. And see about 4 points
And you want Gidia. We got some permanent.
I think that we know we are doing. We Arsenal for. I don't think Arsenal fans should be sad if people question Arsenal's intent. Say, oh, yes, Arsenal is elephant or console rubber form. No. Arsenal fans should not be angry. If we say home cry, because to be very honest, their team has shown say they don't do enough to look like a club that wants to win. Which I will expand this later in the next coming weeks. But I mean, Kanto, if Arsenal can win the English Premier League, they would have to win the EFL Cup.
Okay.
You're about weekend we are. You're about Champions League. You're about weekend. Ni akobo EFL Cup semi-final. First leg, no match Chelsea 3-2. Say, Omen and Chelsea and Cup final and Kwanko GFL Cup, no. And then they don't have an empirical evidence that we can win. We've gotten over your demons and your monsters that we can't win now. It is going to hurt them. And psychologically, it's going to be more difficult for Mikel Arteta and the man to do anything. And a slot, is it time for him to go?
Definitely.
It's mid-season Premier League first time winner in his first season.
And you are giving out this result. Liverpool and mediocre team.
Is the Liverpool problem not the boardroom one?
How?
We bought too much, change the team too much.
Now go to the wearing.
But we are having that conversation.
Shit me about board for no. I don't think say player beyond the choir no. To see a cassette there, see and story be say coach can so on. So you sanction it. Yeah. This a result of my won't you be.
But again, Rich, you are there to say sporting directors not have a role. And you're coach in your open qua. It's also about what the team was, what the sporting team was, and sporting direction. I think that almost like Anna Slot this year, there's going to be a lot of questions from my end. At least to the end of the season, they should look at Anna Slot. And Rich, yeah, Chelsea, if you want to say style of play can come later.
I'm born in your feet.
I mean, Sassy Walker, white here.
No, seriously, I'm born in your
feet. Born in your feet.
How?
You see, because the whole boy FFP, Nancy. And I say this, there are some Chelsea fans who are now disagreeing with me. Now Openzo Maresca Sempa, but you see, there's also Liam Rossinia. And my every day, my response is that my allegiance is not Maresca. My allegiance is not Liam. My allegiance is the football that's being played and what the team wants. And I said, when they can. So they told me at the time, I'll be patient. Liam feels like Akwe say self-government now and self-government within the shortest possible time. Liam is so open because for him, psychologically, he gives the players a boost. 2, the noise around the club also come from. 3, the consistency that Enzo Maresca did not have, he's able to get. And quickly I'll walk you through it. Rich, Obaye, about 5 games. FA Cup game about against Charlton, we need 5-1. And I lose to Arsenal 3-2. Oshe Brentford 2-0 Boogie side. Paphos 1-0 Boogie side. And then away at Selhurst Park, Crystal Palace, he won that game by 2-1. Rich, Kakre, I just want you to look at this. Only Madia Ali was in the game. And Nhyira game now, I noticed it. So I went on Twitter and I said, Liam seemed to have trusted Andre Santos because Onina Yajumape. Into Obo Andre as a 6. And Omo Mike Caicedo elbow box to box 8. And Omo Enzo Fernandez into elbow box to box, more like a 10 on that side. This is something that Enzo did not like to do. Okay. Of course, Enzo did not like to do. In that sense, making sure that the number 6 will control the game. This is all Liam Rossinia say. Or say Omo like a semi-4, semi-5 at the back with Andre in between. I am lucky with Andre because he has done it for me against Marseille and against Paris Saint-Germain last year. But for the other players, they have never played in that shape before. The front 3 outside was outstanding in terms of the job that they did. Just look at this annotation. Andre Santos, na Chelsea Nibona, who was slotting in like an extra centre back to win the ball back and allow Moise Caicedo to manage in park in Infinity. And he gave Chelsea the shield. He gave the counter pressing, the pressing. And I think those things are good. Again, the psychology of the game. Sure. Over the weekend, same for Madrid, any Abrante friend Avara, the psychology of the game. Which my time now so. And see, I will be able to go through my bet schools, but this weekend, boys not Fesca. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the boys have big money. And then when my coach know, I say, go on to my social media handles, Fifi Manfred Facebook, Fifi Manfred YouTube, Fifi Manfred Twitter. Okwa, coach you can go and take them and go and stake.
All right, Kofi. yen so yedas insurance 4.5 yen to adwumadi no so emame na yen nkomo kakra before Bismarck osu bempa yala enso ebeba waka chem se ne ono so be Manchester United nko because yen na MCS se uko Europe dia yen e ofom pa yen currency for na AD nkomo hindi aduro no me pa cho pa konwa tena so so no ebi ka che ne se currency for tena se na yebedi apomudi hu nkomo na ewia kota aduro ni bi na enom akiri na obedamase ti Openi
Rich.
Good morning.
Morning, Rich.
Patron, I want to say.
Boko pa now so.
Oh, nyame adom. Currency for who ye?
Yeah, but you mag gidi
Pa.
I want any wom.
Eda nyame ase. Yentie mo.
Rich, meda se ewa konya kese a ode amame ewa platform isu yi. Na mede encha pesie encha sonko so free currency aso ye. Ema ahwefo ene etiefo nyina. Na eben metena sisi ya no hu se currency nu pa ye de abadwa so a ye frɛ no Zahara Mixture, Zahara G capsules, Zahara Man capsules, ana hindi heba mixture. Ye no imu nkomo, emu adanse, emu nkyerkyere mu, ene apomuden mu nkomo, ana ye de besom adopa yi. Na odofo nkomo ya hyase, ye de ye dru a ye frɛ no Zahara Mixture, ene Zahara G capsules, ana hyase ewo nkomo twetwen mu. Na say do we ayadru a oba ene bema etmenom se uye bema na utie me nenne infections pa hawadwen infection bi te se gonorrhea syphilis anase chlamydia ene wabetena na ama obema no ama obema no ensansan bi asabi ehunya nika atiegu bema no ho prekese ama ekrokro bi abema no esise toto ho basabasa bema bi ho a enam se wawura tokro bonim afa innam yare no impempi no odwonso na obre Rich na ochimpa nsa na Johnson no etimaba bema bi so ho a abonsa Johnson eka ne ntentem bema bi so ho a ubonsa ho na ensofita bi man bi afiri ne bema m eba se uye bema na ohu saa niema we won ho na utenatena ho a bema mesrew ebe proud achen na ne bema edura aba ebeboawo mi di ho adanse akamfo ediama se pebisisi a ene Zahara Mixture ene Zahara G capsules sa uyo bana utie me na ode puapa hawadwen oba bi wo ho a white ene na betena ho abon se ensuo bi egugu na sabi ehunya ni kakra pampan bi wom oba bi so ho a eba ne sa etimi masabi na himfie ho no abie kakra sa uyo ba na utiminka ene edura aba ebeboa white na asaw so for 10 years 5 years na wako oba sisaye bia no Zahara Mixture ene Zahara G capsules no ye de eduro no abasa embeboa enu ne edura oba onoma ebeji ni nyina afiri ho nkikaye nkete na abetena so no eduro no ebeyi ni nyina ade afiri ho na mese oba bi so ho a wafa innam yare bi tese gonorrhea ho abonsa ensan bi etimi etigu na himfie oprekesen ho a etimi egya no Johnson ya yawo oba bi so ho a etimi egya no sisi yale se wo ye oba na innam yare ene wabetena na wako oba uhu sisaye bia edura aba ene oba ebeboa wo ene Zahara Mixture ene Zahara G capsules udie ukuba bia tonwaduro sa eye drugstore pharmacy shop herbal shop bia bawo wo se wo pe Zahara Mixture ene ne capsules no ne topaye na eka ho no enu ne adura ebeboa wo na oba bi so ho a white pa na oba bi so ho a 2 years ni ontimi emu ni nsa 5 years ni onya ne menses da sa wo yo ba na utie me na 2 years ni ontimi mu nsa na ama ohaw pa na onamu ewo no awo ma oba mese drugstore pharmacy shop herbal shop bi aban wo se wo pe Zahara Mixture ene Zahara G capsules na say do we eyadro won so a odofo nubra ahodo ane yakeka bom atwetwemo hoden no se wo ho na all sapa hawadwen obi wo ho a me se aduane toni yema buai se ondidi yeso a na ɔte so ehuna mane ubo se ne boa no nyina ehyehyɛ no na mfe ne mfe na amane hunu pa na ohun odafo utisa wo all na ahyɛ wo so akyɛ for 10 years wako a uhu sesaye bia no enne Zahara Mr enne Zahara G capsules no yede aduro no abasa embeboa wo odafo bi so ho a owo weak immune system me pa kyesen onante kakra bia ubo se na ɔte so ubo se no nko ade bia infections na hana dwen o treat ubo se ekɔ na ba ono nko ade bia ewan ketenkete ubo se weda esese kakra bia ubo se amane hunu pa na ohun odafo utisa no wabowa for so many years odafo enne edura aba ebeboa boost immune system no ama wapɔmuden na akɔna nim enne Zahara Mr enne Zahara G capsules odafo GN number C ebia na okoto Zahara Mr no enne ne topa ye ne bi na ohia kyekire mu bi fra number 0246 34 83 34 0246 34 83 34 0248 56 93 35 0248 56 93 35 arafo yebako yedro ayefeno hindi haba Mr na sa dro we eyedro a yede abese emmo odofobia malaria fever hawadwen obi ho ade bia nanum ato ontimi endidi enye kama ono nko aso de bia bonse na aposo eye ne ya na asa janu tipaye ubonse de bia ni padua no aye hyehye odofo wohia hindi haba Mr obi ho so a typhoid fever pa ene na betena for so many years wa fedra ohun sisan bia odofo Cordra store pharmacy shop herbal shop bi aben wo se wo pe hindi herbal Mr enu ni adura abeboa odofo bi so ho an sugar level no me se obecheke no de bia na ekosoro na adane no ayamhyehye odofo me se adura aban na ebeboa ene hindi herbal Mr odofo bi so ho a high blood pressure ene na betena odofo ko ba bia to adura Ghana ha wo de uduru ho a wo se wo pe hindi herbal Mr enu ni adura onoma ebeboa na obi wo so adwuma oye no eden ogina ententen eche oye adwuma eja ho eba ne sa na da bia no na pomuden na ewo fom odofo da bia meka mentena ho emma yare no emma wonyamobo enka dem ansa no wato anamon ape hindi haba Mr na ekira kwan Cordra store pharmacy shop herbal shop bia ben wo se wo pe hindi haba Mr enu ni adura ebeboa yebekọ ye adura etwato aye fe no Zahara man capsules na sa do we eyadura eye natural herbs a yade abase yade bua ba ma bia sa oye ba ma na utie menne na na upe memedra emfa nsunsanso bia enkobra udache memedra emfa tipaya bi enkobra ena ba ma mesere manya mistake to Zahara man capsules sa oye ba ma na utie me na uwo weak erection ba ma bi ho a mese odi boy ni ase ya ubo se ade no adwotwo sa oye bema na otisa na weak erection no oso obefo wadamfo ono wabetena mesrawo Cordra store pharmacy shop ba bia ton waduro Ghana ha udi bowura ho wo se wo pe Zahara man capsules sa oye obaso na utie me na wa hu se ukunu performance no se eho nya nika enkoya
tobi mano
tobi mano na bema no mbo na anopa 2 enumna 2 mere ye ni nyina ebefiri ho bema bi so ho a me se premature ejaculation abefa dadamfo one na betena ya to ni din wa minute bema emma atwetwe no edi ne ho few se uye bema na ya to din wa minute bema premature ejaculation so se ono abetena me se uhia Zahara man capsules se uye bema na utie me na sisi yale pa bema oso ono abetena Cordra store pharmacy shop ba bia to waduro Ghana ha wo se wo pe Zahara man capsules sa uye bema so na wo ho na onkamwa no ayemre bema ko ba bia to waduro Ghana ha wo se hia Zahara man capsules anu ni adura onoma bema mre ye bia waye ya twetwew ebon samrane se 1 minute bema no aduro no ebeyi ni nyina e de free ho odofo sage number cbm 0246
0246
34
34
83
83
34
34
0246
0246
34
34
83
83
34
34
0248
0248
56
56
93
93
35
35
0248
0248
85
85
sorry 0248
0248
56
56
93
93
35
35
0248
0248
56
56
93
93
35
35
order for me dem anu ba wie no da bia meka me se bambo atrema eye chen ayade sabakit ma order for mentene ho emma yare no emma onyamobo tonamo na pe karisiki nupa yade ebedwa so aye fe no Zahara Mixture ene Zahara G capsules a uto Zahara Mixture no na ono ma wodi G capsules no wodi nsuo no ebe me G capsules na ebe boa aboost immune system no no wasa to Zahara man capsules a ebo ba ma bia me se waye mra ema atwetwe no ebo ne samrane se wamniti ba ma ene ye do efe no hindi haba mixture ebo the phobia malaria fever typhoid fever high blood pressure any diabetes ene na betena order for you no pay Ghana haba bia se etondro ewo hode say ye pharmacy shop herbal shop licensed chemical shop ubowura ho na otobia order for me sell bo se obeya dance ye no akase characteristic aduro no eye papa me that's rich
yenso yedamase se da bia no mo ye dupa ema yenso nya bi enoma no ye characteristic ventures ena enomo ekodi eye enkomo no yento adwumade ni so emfa emamo minua samokisi ademesed bi dia ba memfa ma aye ayala tata na yemfa ento adwumade ni so emfa mam samo se dia o se Manchester United team no owo eniema 9 be 4 pointers a official no na aye magic no adema Manchester United first one no o se aye resilient and comeback spirit 2 clinical finishing 3 defensive air fortitude and a 4 impactful substitution. These are the foundation for Manchester United win. It is as simple as that. United were very energetic. Some of you see, and this message, at the ability, resilience and comeback spirit, clinical finishing, defensive fortitude, and impactful substitution. And Manchester United, it me a share a Arsenal by 3 goals to 2. Bismarck Owusu Bempa Ayala. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now to say,
oh, you're not very fine.
Edeyamiase pa. So far, you're now. A review, Nyama.
First of all, many should say, say City had their reaction against Wolverhampton Wanderers. It was a Man City team, not a loser to Manchester United in the Manchester derby. Or compare on what year or Norway, and a Olusu to Bodo Glen 3-1. Players if you Norway, but Messi challenge go say we there.
Too much.
Nti obia oni etu kwa bi okoto ticket bia no. Yankasa players ye discarbum na etu omo ticket am back. But Saturday we can say for a football fan, omonijie is not about money. Omonijie is to see their team win. And if you want to say sorry to football fans, win for them. And I knew against Wolves at the Etihad, Man City were going to win. But some Man City go a game. No Pep and him say game we are making. The me party say we go win here. And can the best player in the Pep team to give him that win will be Erling Haaland. But news in say Man City lineup prepare you know. Now Erling Haaland bench. As I'm saying, he has gone on a certain goal draft on Shego for a certain number of matches. Perhaps you will say, I'm a pressure about boy so. So also or hiding away from some pressure the kakra. Now sometimes so your coach, some decisions and utekia. And results never man confirm the decision was right or wrong. Good for Pep. Player or never share name as a striker in the team in the absence say Erling Haaland bench was Orban Barmush fresh from the AFCON. scored the first goal in the 6th minute to calm the game down and make sure City able to win the game. No, after Robert Marmouche, I think it was around the first half an hour. Then came Antoine Semenyo. Semenyo Bobo.
Red hot Antoine Semenyo. Akwano from name.
So when you are go ni here, who dey go the first touch no. Pass the first touch na. And I want to watch go no. On the right foot no. A touch the ball no off the defender into his space ka criminal na wo no. And on the left foot no. No intimate no. I'm so proud watching Semenyo now for the Manchester City team. And they will be anticipating say, even at Bournemouth, the quality of the chances are not eventually to be converted. You know. So ultimately stay on the same lane, and City will give you more better chances. And I think say a year Juma at the Emma Abrantia.
They said we have 17 position.
Oh yes. Yeah. Oh yes.
So
no, say go anywhere. Look at we share so much. Only I could have pep reaction right after Shego. No, this is what can't say. My top player. It was a debut home game for Semenyo and Maguire, and Omumi gave a very good account of themselves in the Premier League. Omo first game, Omo elbow Maguire led the defense, no goal, and Omo consider and Antoine Semenyo as so Shego Ewo El Honum. Now. Me kaipa Saturday. Me zoom into Crystal Palace game on money Chelsea bebono. And I me making only 1 point say. Liam, idea also is to find a certain level of consistency. I want to win him. I aside any Chelsea say. And anytime be coach be biano. So when your consistency be pay, then we go back to the issue of the team ni and cry. Omunye so matured until they can give you grade A performances and what was so. But maybe so. How will you rate this Rosanne a start? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. 4 out of 5. The only game I'll buy you want to see. And the EF4 Cup gamer on the Arsenal boy. This is good enough.
Yeah. Good start.
Yes. This is very good enough. Especially when you see Chelsea win against Brentford, stubborn. Go away to Selhurst Park and beat Crystal Palace 3-1. These are very good. And Obayeno, Adiabakwa, I remember Nhyira starting, I want to say, I say, are you too early? But which we're testing a lot of competitions in maybe. I'm starting with FA Cup. And we're more EFL. We're more Premier League. We're more Champions League. And see, competition is in City and Liverpool. He has tested it, and to test a lot of competitions at the start of your Chelsea career as a coach, play 5 games and win a move forward here. That is very good for Abantia, your friend Liam Rosanne. And the impact will be say now. Or the players now they will listen, because whatever he has taught them since Obaye has culminated into very good ways. Amani enya some level of consistency. That is it with Tima, your friend Chelsea, and then Liam.
Liverpool.
After a very good win in France.
Yeah. Oh, she 3-0 away, Champions League.
Against Marseille. Then you go to Bournemouth and you lose. Asamna no day. And me so say on as lost go on tiase. So go for be mo abaka so obi ye na. Me be catch you say, na Liverpool got 13 games unbeaten. But how unbeaten and yet
drunk.
Draw back 7 out of those games. So unbeaten about you.
About 7 matches, it was 7 points.
You look back and you see say it is not good. Now only in the Western, last season 2024-2025 when say in all competitions Liverpool lose only 9 games. I feel that this season they careful Liverpool lose 10 and they've already lost more than the last season in all competitions. The Liverpool lose here and you man kuye me so that is the reason why I'm going to focus on where this season where they will change him and bring Xabi Alonso. Now, the last thing I want to talk about Liverpool is Rich, when say if you see a C this year 2026 in the English Premier League, Liverpool winning match New Year in 2026. Only one match cry in the Premier League. Things are that bad.
So I am a Musao. If you resist start topic, is it players no Tony be bringing an idea? I mean, it's a problem.
You see, Liverpool problem no more from Nhyira. Semeka say, I have one problem and I'm a boy. For instance, against Bournemouth, when you say we go to take free bench in the buy, why? Until we started the game without a striker. It's like a prayer. Until now, we don't even have the dilemma. Only, sir, it's a say, Mimo is a can say, Mimo, Ugo Kitike. Kitike is your best striker now in your team. You are trying to find a certain win consistency. What can you good win for France? Over game in the Premier League, then you bench your striker.
No more be a free injury ban in India.
Oh, come on. Injury. Then starting 2-0. 67th minute, 70th minute. Watch it, you know. Not when you are struggling in the Premier League. We say this year, Liverpool winning game in the Premier League. These are the stats. 0-0 against Leeds United. 2-2 against Fulham. 0-0 against Arsenal. 1-1. Then 3-2. Then there is okay. You ever statistics? The catcher will say, "Obiase Liverpool baji, but many winners are because
including me.
It has been very, very difficult for teams to defend the English Premier League trophy. So when you purple, you for here. When you buy one, you will not be able to.
But the way Liverpool started Premier League, you know. Say me to Quantum Coben over catch him so. Every we must struggle there. They
were champions. They have beefed up their team.
It's not a game. Almost so simple.
Now look at them. I don't know what is wrong with them. Now, when you say, timer referee ball final whistle, our Emirates now. Then I heard the commentator shout, say, this is Manchester United win against Arsenal in the Premier League. I was the Emirates since 2017, Jose Mourinho. And I'm saying, wow. Yes, that is
2017.
That is huge. The last coach of the Emirates in the Premier League was Jose. Now, how they for in between Jose in there, how many coaches are on Manchester United? So what Michael Carrick has done is big.
I think it's the whole and so Juma. So on his team, no.
That's it.
Although
now, one of those discussions, and a man at a point I'm also consolidating. I'm share third goal. I think Ahmad and all the Mazwari Baram say yes. These are coaches that are working. They wanted to lock the game. No, Sir Uber football as Manchester coach. Now we Manchester derby 2-0. Now we share Arsenal or Emirates 3-2. And we are talking about the best club in the world right now, Arsenal. I want to know that's feature. Rich, it means you are working. But there is a certain caveat to be. And that will be my last statement. I was a game women. when I was watching the game, time and who said, game way, my baby, more first half na obi anshide no. Bona Arsenal boy in the first half no. Say na a team fufu bia na akọ Emerita, they would have considered 1 or 2 goals. But this new Manchester United, it is just the team going back to basics and they believing in themselves. Say, we are now playing under the right conditions. And you're complicated. One over 2 goal, 2 over 3 over 3. Your boy is 6 and 8. Your boy number 10. Your boy 2 went forward. Your boy is striker. And you believe but they seems to now come down to their level. Sometimes you don't need the tacticians, baby. You just need someone who says, hey, me cheno. But who say Jana move for money na and you hey, it is because Obi tried to do a normal say regard them no ubo to ubo to game. And the confidence in the Manchester United team and the character now you mean that no. Carrick is gradually bringing it back. You say early days yet, but you can't take anything away from the first 2 games in our ball. Now, FIFA brought these numbers. You see, this Manchester United win is more of a character than say born or mobile park in the salon. They are so confident in themselves, and only some person character of a good team. Which in the modern day, it is not only when on our possession, on our bubble. The team structure is so good to the extent say they can go to the Emirates. Arsenal can dominate them for bare 45 minutes, but Arsenal will find it difficult to put the ball at the back of their net. That is the team. I can watch them. Actually, starting in the second half, and so which second half now you attest to the character I can watch them. Arsenal never share goal 28 minutes first goal in the game, and a normal second half so. And no Diego. Rich. Then
37 minutes in Buemo.
Zubimendi. Coach pass fala. You don't expect him Buemo so in just won. And only say, since I am Buemo by Manchester United, Rich, the perceived big 6 clubs, apart from Chelsea, was Liverpool. Was Tottenham, was Man City, was Arsenal. To go Premier League now, the supposed big boys now. Apart from Chelsea, I want to go on to Martinez. We are big boy beer in Momo. Look, me in all fairness, the party Dogu which there was an element of a handball. But the way the VAR no glossy over it and terminal. No mama. We saw the before the goal was a good goal. David Why who born him? He never saw it coming. Now no maybe some say the party no and then all of a sudden atonade obedient start to swab on fire manana because which obedient in the last 3 games ababo. Or assist and or goal against Man City, against Arsenal. That is incredible for a player here. Oba no BS no. Obi agrassi the green guy from mobile. But Rich, that was a very very good goal. Became a so we restore parity and Arsenal West would be a draw. Sena Matias Cunha, if you bench. Mbappe shot one of the best goals I've seen this season in the English Premier League. Look. Sa uye obi a obo border. Sa uye border or angles near right. No defender jina wanima. Which to clear the ball from baby na kuye jina no. For the ball to go around Gabriel Magalhaes and find sa acute angle na. Raya sketchy yard and sankano. Doing time and that game no. Is very very special for Abrantia friend Matthias Cunha. 2-0 against Manchester City, 3-2 against Arsenal. Now, Rich, that is where Adam Simon was in Bicano. say oh Gideon na kai Gideon amamono Man United or Munes give me away Fulham in the Premier League. That is where the problem is.
It's true.
You don't need who say a question or buy an ano. And I want to share big games. The players don't need motivation to play these big games. Yeah. They are big. Or one guy will find the motivation and play. Now, my problem is here and such Chelsea, to find their consistency. Now, Rich, after playing the big games where you are internally motivated, now you will go and play Fulham, Bournemouth, Brentford. Some games now, any as big as the Manchester Derby, any as big as Arsenal, the Emirates, For me, Sakari person show me say team now why in year. Those will be the games that will be tricky, and he must get it right. Match Arsenal, I may say, Aka Sunderland pay, and at this season, Omu Lusuye, Omu Fie, and then is how the Premier League, table etie. Now, Rich, Omu Moka say, I only catch them Arsenal, Omu, and for Gideon show, Omu Tini League, My only answer to them and say, Rich, why did that Arsenal, Arsenal, for Jima League,
City.
Now, City, Manchester, and other.
Ono so kra ne result na consistent. And was shot no
say Arsenal about 3 games in the Premier League on winning back crowd.
Okay.
Draw Menu and lose back. But he still maintain a 4-point gap. And tell the kind of things of move that Arsenal and you be or the Ferrari we never say Arsenal. And we must get and right.
Maybe can Liverpool be no Bobo be no City man match.
What I say? Even City no crown. If he was City team na City team yeah, but
Kabana sen come catch him.
Of course.
Okay. Yemrefia na yemfa fisam no. Entwa muso inshamanzo 4.5 etie for the tennis Ghana Premier League no evram awo week 20. Na this weekend na games no ya born in na 9 matches no. Inna etimi eto gashase nano eye memenda ebra haso folk etwa 11 wonders coming sa omo entimi anti eye ekandona omo pon game no didi drama ni din sam kakra edi tuja asema nka me beka didi pebro fo akese dodo didi supporters ni se omo love no omo nti de wo kanase I think omo de omo mientie didi drama ni after say House of Folk Ekocha, I wonder the coming some more entity antino. Did it dramani after the game in 70?
I think that it is good that at least we had our first 3-0 win in a game. But I think that we still need to be more clinical, and then we need to be more conventional, and then also making the right decisions in very key moments. For me, I'm more into the small details of the game, and so I wasn't a very too happy a person because both structures in terms of our defensive phase, there's clear identity of what we have to do when we don't have the ball, especially when we need to win the ball in higher positions, and so these key aspects are aspects that I don't take light to. I really emphasize on these aspects. I think that I told you before that in the pre-match interview against sides very difficult in the sense that they have nothing to lose, and so they play with all the courage and then with all the enthusiasm and curiosity. But you are playing for something, and you need to play to a certain part in it.
Curiosity ni adie obi go put matter can get one
metie ni bia mbisa say no one has place in kasa
ebi a ode ebi a mo be kan local language
because we can say no one place in kasa omo tifio
conventional
on brafam kaka on brafam even the conventional he wanted to talk about converting,
okay,
because I'll say but the worry and say they need to be more clinical,
yeah,
and they need to be more. Just said they need to be more as a more converting more chances.
Because I say against 11 wonders, other wonders they never nkoyi. Into no born against House of Uka, pressure be any so to beat us. And House of Women so question 11 wonders. It's not my giving that den kakra the mano. But the end of the day has a trend on because how this season, but the problem, goal scoring. creating of chances no any problem, but the be more clinical the ball be to attend no. It for Hearts some of the ball me and sabe to attend with there. Just say omo clinical but ono did person attend say so ti actually no chances no man kasa create na. There's no competition more than 3.
But when you say when you go fast as me abede ma menka we. Asema me ken e complicated kakra. But obi o tie bia o tena so you obeti ma ase. Rich, when you say there's a reason why has and now consider the least number of goals e o legi nimu. Reason and say tactically even from teams so many has abo abeka and say has partner who penetrate you in Premier League in them. They are very, very tight. So tight in Omoyeno. I'm as defensively Omoye very, very solid. And they don't give a lot of spaces away for opponents to be ratting. Rich, I told them even this season in the English Premier League, what is go for elbow Mikel Arteta to say, Arsenal materials now one. Even though or shake games, or they think on only see Arsenal attacking potential because or balance game as a stroke a class yenye compact sana Arsenal tie. Sana a has eti. Now for the first time, Mesha has gamer. They thought way 11 wonders. Omuno ma yukra o league nim. Omuno mo nya de kra. Match we kwa. Let's forget about being compact defensive. Na yam free when I am coach say you bet me a goals. Now Rich, for the first time this season has give away a lot of chances. I have not seen them give those chances away under Didi Damani. The only good thing I has and say they met a wonder steamer omunya clinical. And it's always I was surprised. Senator Didi Damani was rather questioning Haas conversion and not how what building the Haas team no throughout the season. No. And the Haas were able to score. They were free when it comes to attacking. But Obio she game critically behind him by say this was the first game Haas were too open as a team. Now 11 wonders for them. They don't really have clinical strikers in the attackers or making take advantage of it. But how they not to enjoy Rich, who's a super class in a bar? No. You need confidence wherever you need to find it. And for us to score almost first 3 goals this season in one single game, a very, very good boost at the man. Okay. Then made him a new secret. Look, Rich is a year house first 11 at home. 51 only did it money didn't come. A typical house first 11 does it include Mauli Wayo? No. That is where the problem is. Even from Abubakar Watara time, Rich say okay, so throw her story now. It seems House Fs that go to score, but there's one potential scorer there. Still now, coach Bia nya baby finding you now team. I have a problem with that.
Obanzo Obeshe.
And American said they
last season said they know Obeshe.
Last season I think he was House top scorer. How can you have your top scorer not being part of your first 11? And this season, so you do tell me more DFA has intimation. Mauli wa you buy no Obeshe, and last time he scored the first goal. And my problem is say me
what of a game plan?
How can that be a game plan, Rich? So we are head of a technical team. Not all build team. Not our main problem is goal scoring. Not a branch was show potential pass. So on your baby team and with the right coach now. Obeti my outlet of my goals. I tell the door for the boy to be part of the half first 11. That is the point I am making.
In football, you players in so. So what's starting in a game? They will pass a winner.
Then you are not coaching.
But from the bench
then you are not coaching him.
Maybe you as a super sub.
Then you are not coaching him right. Look, team say I was super sub. The Manchester United team in 1999. Not tell you I'm free bench ban or Look, the idea he was classified as such, and he said, so Oti Benja and the community who scored the goals. Oba no ababese ye wotame mo adia na ye nhye no ababese but ye man no say akonya no bench so because on the pitch Manchester United were not struggling to score. They just needed him to come off the bench and come and score. But Rich, this is house team. They are not free scoring team. So how can you say your potential best scorer is a super sub? How? They should find a place in the team. No money in your baby.
Asante ko nso tena fie hye Holy Stars come in so mo entimi anti kwampoku Abetamwa is back and Abrante now announcing the presence say Okoya Wasaba Oshe go and defender extraordinaire Samba Onel and Dongani honestly the goes in the back of the Kanuma Kotoko Shamiensa Holy Stars entimi anti na Kamzito Osina Mienu Kweni and Arena over a teamer from so Holy Stars, no. Then
well, I'm more than happy that we've won today. It's been long, so many weeks, trying everything possible to win a game. But I'm very happy today. We'll be able to score 3 beautiful goals. I'm very happy. Well, we responded against Bibini Gold Stars. We were even faster than today. Yes, you know, the weather is too distant today, more than last week. And it's not easy playing in such weather. Yes, I think there is continuation of what happened at BBNE. But the difference here is we were more focused in goal scoring than BBNE because it wasn't easy at BBNE. But we do all the attacking, we do everything. I think today we were better in goal scoring than we played in BBNE. So I'm very happy at the end of the day, we've started by 3 goals.
Okay, and December care. Abraham is in a meeting. I'm catching a team in the coach in Nazaluk. Yamamu 3 matches. When you know, because performance now the mind.
I'm the passer.
And Koyi.
I'm the passer you've come from the angle because I want to know.
And Mekaisa who can say, and never trigger him, no. And they show against Ghost Stars.
Good.
And the coach say, so we game on boy now. They responded.
Good. And tell me the part because that was what I was basically going to say. Say, Uti will be speaker. Now, but the communication as here is about the keywords now we use. At the end of the month, Coach Zito, I can say we responded in the game against BBNE. And no crying a bobo pa by Antinia, but we know we were more focused on getting the ball into the net, and we are able to score 3. So we take a full interview now. Coach Zito can say omo bobo BBNE chido omo bobo and rano. But everyone that goes no a buyer. And last time I catch you, say, Rich, there were some coaches here. They work under pressure. Ubo mujana, and a moment to me here, Jumano. And it seems as soon as it was here. One money Jano Kotokona, he became too relaxed. Maybe opponent in all. Look, after Kotoko share became 6. No more winning game, baby. Until they needed to win. Against Basake, na Kotoko ni anything say also Moshe. Now, the last time I catch you BM say if Coach Karim Zito, I can say the concentration on the team, say a better is to go to Adakwajache and train on how to score goals. Then he is missing the point. His concentration should be on training boys to create quality chances. And no against Basake. How many quality chances na Kotoko create here? Baby! And when you are able to create quality chances, Rich, me say, utimini ya said dien, ebi beto nets. And to the same Kotoko team now also say, oh, minister can say to me, Shano. And when the chances were quality enough, look at the spectacular goals of Moshe. She cross your core box cinema, morphine those who MSA, Abetamwa, a boss, Sisaki, Eshe. She Abetamwa. Ne technique now the passing ball no man Kwame Poku e man the ball no she look at some man in Dongani go no saying and other mischance Kotoko nyae. Look, always make sure say you train your team to produce more SGs, more creative chances, quality ones. And then with the quality of our team, you may be able to score. Before Vivi Babano, Rich, media my phone. They are. Who say every week be our mobile? Okay. Every week be no. they are telling Obi say look. So trying some tough mama be Sam who they are.
Governance say chairman what is going on?
I think the last time out against two sides on home form near solid, Adriana and Carella. So that's I'm not surprised. And starting still at 7 to say 8. See, that's what I also wanted to come from. Me are very moved by Mediama because again, meaning how formidable a side a Carella team if they come away from home. And to beat them emphatically. Adriana didn't close. They are 1-1 to the dying numbers. And Adriana nye winner. No. This one, it was an emphatic win. 3-1 against Carella.
Yeah. I say after we share 2 na yeah. Now the game became scary.
Settle down. So, I think Mediama have done a good job. Until carry on, they are going to go on and win. I don't want to give too much credit to Karim Zito now on the Kotoko win against Baseke. The 3 games were good games. They were winnable games. Maybe stars there. But apart from that, yeah, there were winnable games that Kotoko always were going to win. I think that Nhyira not focusing too much on Kotoko game any almost strength, the quality of our Betamo showed again. And it shows it. Oba, he doesn't need time. He doesn't need 2 weeks. Doesn't need 3 weeks. Obana, he settles in. The technical ability to Kita, the chance creation again for Sakwa Mpoku chance no Boshe, and that's Lamine Yamal Boha volley. Ashena Betamo Boha volley also here to score. So it tells you that he's a quality player. For me, Albert yesterday was an important player for Kotoko Forum. But Kotoko still needs to do more because the league is there for Kotoko too. Yes, Mediama are doing well. But Kotoko can also win the league. And it takes just a few things to do to be able to get the win. And Ghana Premier League, it's getting exciting because the zone more excitement here, but there's a fight for the FA Cup, fight for the Ghana Premier League. Hearts of Oak winning 3-0.
Fight for relegation.
Yeah, relegation. So now, Hearts of Oak winning 3-0. Solid as well. Hearts is 3 goals. I don't know if Didi Dramani, because Mekaise Didi Dramani didn't come on the attackers no permits they didn't make a chewa. How Obeso Yusuf Hussein, Ninti Etodebia, Obo, other players ahead of them. And at the time on only they also he sees Maulu Wayo as a second half player because so while you about me stretching match. I say second half running a more be Mayo pace into buy a bobo on to me the ball on nim ego kunya go be mom. So maybe that's how he wants to use him. But again, it's still worrying. Say top strike player or she go small baby, This is 60 70.
Especially when team struggle to score
goals.
Now will be on not bench.
Then he comes at the 60 70. One man everybody that raise questions about that will be right in it. I mean, the end will justify the means. So to me, the baby Papa Mahata, that would be good. If not, we'll do our work.
Mediama share 3 Carella Chekano Bako. The Kumi Charleston so share goes as 2-0. Goes as intimate Samatas nations. I come in no more intimate nations to media. Well, how United and division so 2-2. And I be chimney a fish Lions and so. But sure for Ninam ranted them say. Far pan a kaka
Lions.
Ose.
So go to next game your Lions.
Okay.
Oh
Pandu.
What's in numbers?
I see.
Let's give me a Pandu.
As I know about a classical.
Yes.
Wow. And the 2 crucial games by
easy.
We will say Bashu for only team result in Nkoyi. Home no about draw. Why we need a shadow.
What Premier League table no?
I Ghana there.
How many teams now 23 points? 1, 2, 3, 4 teams. It was 23 points.
Okay.
Starting from Vision, Brekum Chelsea, Young Apostles, Baseke. Obia was 23 points. Even Omomo do manim kakra bi was 24.
Yeah.
Omomo manim kakra bi was 25. So it means from the 8th position to reach to the 16th position, only 2 points, maybe 1 point, and I did that.
When you save,
Obia no way safe.
To next 2-3 games in do anymore. What's slip up? We share and was out.
Unse say abaka so ho in a ben 11 wonders pa. But they are only 3 points away from more 23 no.
Sure.
It's okay winning 1 game. Not any of them na onu omuana. Rich, e wo say league no your concentration on the origin there. But seems a bit join 11 wonders amoma relegation no. in the next game say day ni mako be say bo second round we wie no reach a hopa na nkomo no
because and many we at the point be free Chelsea so ba mu e say Chelsea so vision so be tomu
yes vision be tomu so afroko young apostles na say no e be tomu so
ya say o free mo on the 15th
now why about be tomu you get it time na maybe so mo ro mo e was so
All Blacks
na All Blacks so no now or maybe ubo 1-2 games on your results be pay na do ko uti da kakra bi na sa de waba that is how competitive I honor so me dey ma dey o match league nim but e hono when na can level wonders wako relegation no reach a free sam me yakob say bobo second round na wie no
okay
and komo bebre o
dreams so share sorry how many young apostles about 1-1 and All Blacks itifi Emma Adriana good travelers say Adriana chese omukọ already abo no nim bopa o twa me come no nso no enti yenyina no so na yemfantwa o kitua bi yemna sisi yem to so emfa emamo insurance 4.5
in the process maybe say promo code ayedian no about Nhyira FM asho e basa automatically no ye chew £5 and €5 and ye more Europe so America na Canada ye chew $10 for free o send this cancel ye nto we tap send it there no fee
hey na je say o kan yo tap send pa no
yeah ojo what's send this can okay any mam check them san fro Kaish, as soon tap send party jack. Mama we are saying can you? Hey, me daba.
Ofa, pacha mama friend.
He no kwa woni abri say.
Maso ya yeshiro nana.
Na dey.
Se baby ameti ye tumi o. E na me wo fa send me sika. Di nkan wo de kosi wo bisu na nipa kura discount. Yo de ba ye nso a me koyi a e ho sem bebre. Afi kwa do mo busam sem a transaction o hoda.
Debbie. Enke chibra catch offer say on download tap send. So download tap sender or send this come away. E baba to mobile money and our bank account simple.
Tap send.
Yeah, tap send. Now okay, tap send there. We are say fana baby obia so wo Europe and America Canada. So kura Android o so kuta iPhone o. And once we download app na to phone so. In the process maybe say promo code ayedian. No about Nhyira FM asho e basa automatically no. Ye chew £5 and €5 and ye more Europe. So America na Canada ye chew $10 for free. O send this cancel ye nto we. Tap send it there. No fee.
Hey, na je say o kan yo tap send. Pa no.
Yeah, Ojo. What's on this channel? Okay, any mam check them san fro. Kaish, as soon tap send party jack. Mama we are saying can you? Hey, me daba.
Ofa, pacha mama friend.
He no kwa woni abri say.
Maso ya yeshiro nana.
Na dey.
Se baby ameti ye tumi o. E na me wo fa send me sika. Di nkan wo de kosi wo bisu na nipa kura discount. Yo de ba ye nso a me koyi a e ho sem bebre. Afi kwa do mo busam sem a transaction o hoda.
Debbie. Enke chibra catch offer say on download tap send. So download tap sender or send this come away. E baba to mobile money and our bank account simple.
Tap send.
Yeah, tap send. Now okay, tap send there. We are say fana baby obia so wo Europe and America Canada. So kura Android o so kuta iPhone o. And once we download app na to phone so. In the process maybe say promo code ayedian. No about Nhyira FM asho e basa automatically no. Ye chew £5 and €5 and ye more Europe. So America na Canada ye chew $10 for free. O send this cancel ye nto we. Tap send it there. No fee.
Hey, na je say o kan yo tap send. Pa no.
Yeah, Ojo. What's on this channel? Okay, any mam check them san fro. Kaish, as soon tap send party jack. Mama we are saying can you? Hey, me daba.
Ofa, pacha mama friend.
In the process maybe say promo code ayedian. No about Nhyira FM asho e basa automatically no. Ye chew £5 and €5 and ye more Europe. So America na Canada ye chew $10 for free. O send this cancel ye nto we. Tap send it there. No fee.
Hey, na je say o kan yo tap send. Pa no.
Yeah, Ojo. What's on this channel? Okay, any mam check them san fro. Kaish, as soon tap send party jack. Mama we are saying can you? Hey, me daba.
Ofa, pacha mama friend.
He no kwa woni abri say.
Maso ya yeshiro nana.
Na dey.
Se baby ameti ye tumi o. E na me wo fa send me sika. Di nkan wo de kosi wo bisu na nipa kura discount. Yo de ba ye nso a me koyi a e ho sem bebre. Afi kwa do mo busam sem a transaction o hoda.
Debbie. Enke chipra catch offer say on download tap send. So download tap send or send this camera wire. About to mobile money and our bank account simple.
Tap send.
Yeah, tap send. Now okay, tap send dear. If you see fana baby.
Nah, I'm sorry.
Betway. I say Yankai will be as a bet influencer no. Ekoso. Me say there's no betting company. I bet to bet when it comes to betting business. And no more be Brazilians or mobile abano. I just say they are the best in the competition. Until ultra bet and channel baby a channel. I will bet to a win boost or bet saver or yeah. And no more be free and I bet to the amount. Now the game changer Modiaba. The bet influencer. Bet we say, Obia ultra bet be over CBA, no influencer. They also say, what should bet to a bet we are. We need code near that bet. No, now I share code no at the amount for the ultra bet in be. So, more edu code neutral better. 4% of almost sika ultra bet no. Bet we say, code no diano. Wo and assess can ever to way untibo baby. I guess a bet to inquire. Now, at the end, the cow when it's a sense of the buyer. Obi akwa so ntimi nka so omode abane yesia untimi nsia the betway e the abane no mo the best ewo eho no regulated by the gaming commission so undi 18 years untimi twa bet what the 18 years ya wo akonya na mo bet no bet responsibly betway almost get way more rich mamenchia the African director for Unilever International
okay
ora Onyx na also babesrai na oye nice man
okay
na enchemede ne beba
sure
na if you china kono so no Unilever International da Roma Rexona and so will be part of the sponsors of your show we
I see
I see you go mo be bedi
sure
I was me dem ko chia no
you be ko
I was me dem ko chia no the Onyx baby I will be a good morning
all right yeah sorry na me na say before I'm sorry aye kusiase ba penny anasa oba penny nana ampem da ko last week amemenda na ye na ye menyina aye fidikese so na menda obia se in fact abusuane ye damase papa kusiase man titu ene aye youth kusiase youth much se nana nam don papa afi ehwani ohene eye ohema omo ewo ho ene eye nkura atwa kusiase ho ehia nyina ya mianim nukrani maya de ebusua ne ye damase pa ma kire se nana ampem da ko a onya ne baabi kono na modoni yi pa efiri ho a adofo a moba ebeboa ma eye no eye kra behwe mo amufiri eye chichi ni benche ebe nyina no ye damase musika mumre amusei ewo ebusua no nyina no ye kenna ne se nyame enhira mu nyina ye damase baabi anso amu yiska no edi efiri bia no nyankopon enhye eye manamu wonso amu nyankoduru nyankopon mu nyina ho ban na onfa mo enkoduru eye asundiem ti nana ampem da ko abusua yese ye mamu nyina eye ye damase se mo beta achi ema eye no enso kama pa abusua mfa munsia na enkofa adom kase no emfa emam nyame adom a ye besa ni mu ahia eye ochina yakofa adom kase ne ba na obra ato anjumadi no enso etimi ato aso edi amam yakra mu nira
siri ho akade nyina TV so na apa ebi pi so na sa auto online crowd ne adutwam wa mu chichemu aduanan 40% discount ubenya